Welcome back to Hall of Fame College Football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. He's the coach, Philip Roybal, and our special guest from David Talks Bus, Mr. David Neal. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Folks, before you forget, smash that red subscriber button on both channels. Like our videos, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame College Football with Jason and the coach, or David Talks Buffs. Are we on the new name change there yet, Dave? Or are we still waiting?
I guess we can tease my viewers about it. I'm not jumping out this bandwagon. I'm with this thing ride or die, but I want to talk some more greater college football a little bit more often. So I appreciate you guys having me on. It's always good to see you guys.
You're in Denver. It's a good sports town right now, right? You know, I mean, sheesh, the Nuggets are kicking ass, and the Broncos. I mean, Sean will get it together there. And you know, what a great
right
sports
there in the
town
wild card race.
Yeah, what a great sports town. What a great sports town. Welcome in everybody from both sides. We got, let's see, Bumpty MB, One Time, One Love. Welcome everybody. Hankster, Boomer, Kim, Patrick Williams. Looks like we got Jet and there's
Steve
B as well. Heck yeah, Kim. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Yeah, look, you're saying welcome to the Big 12. That's Dave's boys get to be new big brother there.
Let's go. Hopefully we won't get shafted from the college football playoff next year like the ACC. Let's go.
There you go. The shots are coming. You get some shit started right here, bro.
Don't get us started on that shit.
We will probably end up talking a bit about CFP, but we may save it to the end so I can kick Coach's ass right out of here whenever I'm ready.
Hell, I'm just gonna get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Jen Kane, welcome in from Denton, she says. And then we've got Steve Panic. All right, guys. We're glad everybody's here. Wilkerson, Stephen G. Yeah, man. We're getting them all in here. Hey, folks, make sure that you wipe your feet. Wipe your feet. Make sure you hit that like button. Get over to, hey, if you're not already a subscriber to our channel, I'd love it if you guys would become part of our program as well. Listen, guys, we are about 100 or so away from 3,000. Now we're not up there with old Dave on his son's numbers, but we do our best to try to keep up a little bit, folks. If you're not already a member of over there on David Talks Buffs, you should definitely get over there as well. Make sure you do both of those anyway. Okay. All right. It's Pimp C, baby. What you need? All right. Oklahoma born, Texas living. Hey man. Lots of stuff going on, Coach and Dave. I mean, the portal is hot and heavy. You know, this is definitely silly season. You've got quarterbacks galore. I was just teasing David about. I heard that Shador might be jumping. In. It's just a joke. Don't get mad at me.
He's going to play lacrosse. That's what he's doing.
Right?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's pretty funny stuff. Yeah, that was funny stuff. I tell you, I couldn't believe that. Supporting CU was my other team. Oh, so you got another Notre Dame fan here. Look at there. Look at that.
All right.
Hey,
baby. I love it.
Okay. Well, OU didn't become America's team for the first 3 weeks like CU did. No, and it's kind of went both ways for OCU this year. You know, Coach Prime came in and they really did. Hey, look, they still had eyeballs all year. Every game that they played, they ranked in one of the highest in the ratings, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's. I still feel like I still feel like he could get this thing done at Colorado. There's no reason why you can't if you're able to get the guys that it looks like he's probably going to end up getting. My question is all this coaching swap around and stuff like that cannot be good for recruiting, number one. But I mean, I didn't really understand the old Sean Lewis deal. What was up with it? What can you tell me about what you are hearing about that? Because I know you guys know a lot more than I do. it seems like an odd move to me.
Okay. Yes. I'll break it down for you, Jason, from my perspective. And I want to hear, as someone who's been following it kind of on the outside a little bit more from an OU fan's perspective, I want to, and coach from Notre Dame, I want to hear what you guys have to say. But before I dive into it, I just want to say, I think the last time I was on the show, or maybe the second to last time, I was saying, man, the Vegas odds makers, they didn't know how to rate this team. They didn't understand, how to predict a team when the whole entire team is replaced in the portal. And at the end of the day, they were right. They were right. That 3.5 win total was right on the money. I hope you guys won some money, but say what?
Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild?
It's
that
crazy.
3.5 that they seem to get it right more times than they don't.
Well, guys, that's how they make their damn money, boys. They got to be good at it.
You bet.
But I'll tell you what, with the coaching, and I think coaching, in my opinion, it cost us, a few of those games on the back stretch of our schedule. And sure. when you have a team that, Jason, coach, I was expecting us to have average offensive line play coming into this thing. It turns out we had like the worst offensive line in FBS football, and that was just too much to overcome. I really do think that we would be bowl eligible if we had even like the 80th ranked line.
Well,
at the end of the year,
we talked about that. We talked about that a little bit, and we said that was going to be the difference maker. Was the O-line, D-line, because, and guys, it's across college football. If you don't have a good O-line and D-line, you're not going to be very damn good. Bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the difference. And I think when we're talking about Sean Lewis, it's important to understand that the one hire that he made on this staff, or significant hire that he made, was bringing Bill O'Boyle over from Kent State to coach this offensive line. And, when it came to this offense, man, those first few games, that was really fun to watch. The defenses had no answer. And I think kind of the theme with this offense throughout the year was that, we just didn't have counterattacks. Once the book was kind of out on us after the first few games, Sean Lewis, he failed to make adjustments in the scheme, in the play calling to alleviate how these defenses were starting to attack our weaknesses and stop this offense. Now, there's a lot of different theories on what has happened, because I'm trying my best, guys, to make sense of it, because when you look at Sean Lewis, when you look at what he's done in the past at Kent State with different types of quarterbacks, he's run a lot of different sets. Last year with, why am I forgetting the name of the quarterback? He went to UCLA this year, but they're running a lot of 12 personnel, 2-back sets, all of that. I think it was very
right.
Yeah. So, and I think it was very
12
clear.
Personnel would be 1 and 2, right? Yeah.
Yes. And for whatever reason, we just never really saw much of that, honestly, until Pat Shurmur took over the play calling the last few games of the season. But I think although we were still scoring a bunch of points because Shedeur was able to, dodge some defenders in the pocket, roll out, make some big time plays, he was still making big time plays with his arm.
Listen, he had a great season. That was the other reason. It was weird to me to see all of a sudden you pull the play calling duties away. And here was my kind of weird, and coach, I don't know, maybe you can tell me what you think to this too, because I remember him talking about that him and Shedeur would have that talk before the game, that keep yourself out of trouble, stay in the pocket, try to move to throw the ball, don't run and put yourself in danger. I wonder if that didn't kind of mess with that play calling some, and maybe Sean put him in a couple of situations he didn't think he liked him in. If you're coaching to keep your son healthy, over everything else, I don't know, man. And I'm not saying that's what happened. It just, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together here, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. And even though we were scoring points, it was like such a Jekyll and Hyde offense. Like, we'd make big plays, but also, Shador was converting 3rd and 17s like all the time.
Dude, he was a baller, man. He's a baller. First round pick, man.
He was incredible. We don't win any game without him. But the way that I look at this is trying to read the tea leaves with comments from people like Joel Klatt, people who are actually connected to the program. And
yeah.
This is kind of how I see how things went down. After the Colorado State game, there started to be some conversations about how to protect the team more, protect Shador more, all of this. I think there were weeks in which they were trying to correct this issue, but I mean, we were still kind of doing the same things. And like, even if we had a running back there protecting, there was just weird stuff going on where like we never saw Cavassier smoke, and we're throwing 170-pound true freshman out there, Dylan Edwards, who doesn't get enough credit for his toughness either, because he was not
played well too. And look, skill position wise, it seemed like they were fine. Look at I mean, you had that kid that came in towards he started playing really good in that SC game. What was the kid's name? The receiver or
Omari Miller.
Bro, yeah. That's Nino's that's old Nino from Nino's Corner. That's his nephew, I think. Oh, look, we got the sipping Sooner in the house. Do
you know how many catches he had after that USC game?
No.
2 for 33 yards, I think.
Holy shit.
So there was just a lot of stuff that happened to where I think, this is my theory, I think they were trying to correct these protection issues and the game plan for weeks. And I think the staff was given their last chance after that, or going into that UCLA game after the bye week, because I mean, we saw that Charles Kelly unit with those 2 weeks off play their best defensive performance of the year against UCLA coming out of that bye. And we just saw, Jason, I hate baseball. I was going between this game and the World Series in the second half, because I just couldn't stand watching Shador drop back and I think the second half of the season, obviously Shador's pocket presence was affected to where he started just moving back all the time. He wasn't moving up in the pocket, and it just started to be I don't know, just like a disaster on a lot of different fronts, which led to a lot of issues. We didn't score as many points with Pat Shurmur, but Shador was hit less, if you look at it. But there really wasn't much that Pat Shurmur, I don't feel like, could have done when you can't run the ball. And a lot of people don't realize this.
That's the thing. You have to run the football. You have to run the football. There's got to be a better run game element. I don't care especially if you're an RPO coach, you got to run the ball, or else there's no R option there.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, our boy, the Sipping Sooner. What's up, baby?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? What's going on, man? What you doing, coach?
Just enjoying life, brother. Enjoying life.
Man, me and Coach had to bring in some buffer in between us, man. We've been barking at each other for freaking 3 days about this damn playoff shit.
We've been in each other's ass about this playoff deal.
Yeah. I told Jason.
You know what, guys? Go ahead. You know what, guys? Half the country is the same as we are, Jason.
It is. Yeah. It's causing marriages to break up. Damn it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
What's up, man? How you been?
Good, man. You been all right?
You know it. Hey, man. We got some stuff to talk about with some of that too, but I wanted to get your little opinion too on what's up with CU over there. We've got a lot of folks in here. Of course, this is David from David Talks Buffs.
What's up,
David? This is the Sipping Sooner, man. He is a newcomer to the space, but he's killing it, bro. He's killing it. Did we get you to 1,000 yet, Sipping?
I'm trying to get there.
Almost. It's like right there. I think he might be pretty close to your speed there, Dave. Dave went from 0 to 5,000 in like a minute or two.
Yeah, I ain't at that speed.
He caught in I don't know, man. You're pretty close. You're doing pretty
best
good.
4-8 season of my life.
I ain't at that speed quite yet.
Yeah, we'll get into some of this OU stuff because there's a lot to talk about. But I wanted to we got David on here. I know a lot of people are interested and kind of curious of what's happening. You've got guys in the portal. I know it's not a ton of guys. I think it's 5 or 6 guys that you said were on scholarship. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's not a ton. Mikey Harrison, he was probably our only player that was a somewhat of a surprise that he was hopping out there. Big time receiving tight end for us this year. I think was tied for second in touchdowns on the team. He's in the portal, but I'm really hoping that we bring in. We got one scholarship tight end on the roster now, so we got to go grab some of those guys from Florida that hopped in the portal. Hopefully some guys that can block as well as receive, but the focus has to be on running the ball more this year. Again, the biggest, there's a lot of different questions that I have, Jason, coach, sipping about on the personnel throughout the entire year, whether Sean Lewis was calling it or not. Who was responsible for that? The position coaches, Coach Prime. I don't know if we'll ever get answers, but I'm just hoping that the personnel and the scheme and the play calling makes more sense. The fact that we could average close to 30 points on what we had running, because at some points, guys, it felt like we were just busting out the 8-play Remember the Titans playbook with Shador, and we were still putting up points. That's how it felt.
You got skill players, man. You got skill players. You got a quarterback that was able to. He did a great job for what. It's like I said, I don't understand the never run thing. It seems like he could have gotten himself out of trouble a lot more had he been willing to take off a little bit, or had Dion been willing to let him take off. Coach Prime.
A lot of people want to say, "Oh, Daddy Ball," Coach Prime is.
I don't care about that. He's the best player on the freaking field. Who gives a shit?
I don't have an issue with it either. But are you do you think Coach Prime was just okay seeing his guy take 8, 10, 15 hits a game? Do you think he was okay?
It just doesn't make sense to me why he didn't let him run then. That's what I don't know, man. I think they kind of got in over their skis a little bit when it came to you start looking for answers, I guess. Coach, would that be a good way? I mean, sometimes you just start looking for answers, and then by the end you're screwed, right?
Then it goes downhill. But bottom line, guys, for them, moving forward, they've got to solidify an offensive line and a defensive line. Yes. And not only the starters need to be solidified, they need to have some backups to go with them, because you can't compete at this level without having some depth in the O-line, D-line. You can have some shitty skill players, and if you got a good O-line, D-line, you can still be competitive.
Yes.
But they were just the flip side of that. They had all the skill players they needed, but no O-line, D-line, and so forth. And for that reason, they weren't very good at the end of the day. Yeah. But if he'll bring in some good O-line, D-line kids and bring in about 8 of them on each side of the ball, they can be good again. I mean, they can be a lot better, I should say.
Yes.
And they're going into the Big 12. They're going into the Big 12. Let's not act like you should be fine. You should be fine.
That's what I hope for. But I got a question for y'all, because this has been a big debate. And I feel like I've been on the minority with this, guys, but that's why, I think Sean Lewis is a great hire for San Diego State. I think he's going to do a wonderful job. But I'm not too upset to see him go, because of the fact that he brought Bill O'Boyle over to CU, and we didn't see one offensive lineman improve. And at this point, when the line is like the 130th ranked offensive line in FBS, if it's that bad, it has to do something with coaching, right? Am I just, or were our players just that bad?
You were 1-11 the year before, bro.
Yeah.
How many
guys did y'all bring in on the line?
That's right.
Say what?
How many guys did y'all bring in on the line?
So we had our left tackle and our center. They were holdovers. But this is what pissed me off, is that we had this left guard there that was transfer from Kent State that was starting the whole year. The guy's 280 pounds. Like, he should have never even been on the roster being that size.
Right. And and Kirk is right. The hardest position to recruit in Oklahoma right now, they hadn't grabbed a bunch of guys on the offensive line in the last 2 sessions, really. And they're filling with the portal, but it's the hardest place. That and the defensive, the trenches, toughest place to freaking fill, right? I mean, they did better in the. I mean, they still have some guys before, and I think that developmental kid, the kid from the UK or whatever, he looks like he's going to be the real deal. And if they end up with him, and then you've got some other guys, but look. There's no denying that. That's the hard position to get. And God doesn't make as many of those big 6'6", 350 cats that move like receivers,
Right. And guys,
make a bunch of those cats.
And I'm just telling you, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. It just can't be done. I hate to say that because I'm not trying to talk bad about kids. But I'm just saying, if you don't have very good players, you can be the best coach in the damn country, and you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I did see, though, that what was his name? I want to say it's Hogan's, maybe. No, Patrick Payton from Florida State, defensive end, said he's hitting the portal today. So that may be
Jason.
Right up
Jason, he knows he can't ever win a championship there.
And there it is.
But I wonder with Warren Sapp coming on here too, if we could target, some of these Miami guys as well. Do you guys feel like there's more line talent in the portal right now as opposed to last year? I kind of hopped onto this a little bit late, so I started my channel in February, but, I was going down the 24/7 list last night. There are a lot of 4-star guys coming out of high school that have entered this portal. Do you feel like we might have a better year of kind of doubling down on building the lines through the portal this year as opposed to last?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be easier to get it done this year or get closer anyway.
Yeah.
You still have to have a little piece of foundation, but as long as you got, maybe 2 guys, you can find, 3 other good guys in the portal.
Yeah,
that's my hope.
It's about finding the right mix though too. The offensive line is a tough thing just because it works as a unit. It's not about one guy or the other. Generally, it's all of them, how they work together and gel together. That's how they judge them. That's how they judge them. All the way around. It's you can have a leaky spot and you can see that. Mm-hmm. But generally what it is look at it, even OU, the better they look towards the end of the year, it was when they had the younger guys in. Mm-hmm. Even with Guyton, we're talking about a guy that's probably a first rounder, but he wasn't getting in the lineup as much because it wasn't gelling as well when he was in there.
Well, and that's what I was just kind of going to allude to as well, guys, is, you could have from tackle to tackle, you could have 5 stars all across the front line, but you might have another O-line that's got a 3-star and a couple of 4 stars and maybe a couple of 5 stars, but it's how they play. I don't know why we use this word, but how do they play as a team? How do they play as a unit?
A unit, yeah.
And that's what makes the difference. I have to say, that's one of the things we've been blessed with at University of Notre Dame. We usually put out a pretty damn good offensive line and defensive line. Our issue is the flip side of that. We have problems getting the skill kids and the quarterbacks. So maybe we need to get together with Colorado and we can win some games.
Well, I heard that there's going to be a new division where schools can join forces and then pay out of school budgets, right? That's probably where we're going next.
Well, and that's
something like that.
I tell you, we laugh about that, but guys, there's stuff out there right now where they're talking about the paying of these athletes and how that's going to continue to advance. And actually, the NCAA is going to have nothing to do with this. But basically, what's going to happen is all the schools that got a lot of damn money, they're going to be in their own bracket. And then what I call the all you others are going to be playing in a different slot. And guys, this happened years ago. I mean, where we broke down into Division I and 1AA and
right.
And so, but I think now we're kind of headed that direction, guys, and we've already started to move, and we're headed that direction with the haves and have-nots as far as money. So we're fixing to, you know what? We're not through evolving with this mess of college athletics.
They're going to go to 16. They're going to go to 16 and 26. That's almost guaranteed at this point.
Yeah. And it's for us old farts, it's ugly. We don't like it. But again, I think it's going to be the new way, whether we like it or we don't like it. That's where it's going.
My question for you guys is like, I was thinking about this earlier today. If the schools start paying, NIL directly out of their budgets or whatever, like, don't you feel like the schools are like trying to avoid doing that as long as possible?
Oh yeah.
I mean, do they want the liability?
They have to do all the labor laws and every other thing. Oh yeah. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to. I think it's going to take them unionizing and all that stuff before you really get into that. The NCAA is certainly not equipped to handle such a thing.
Why don't we just go away from it
at all? I think that's happening too. But right now, it keeps them protections from certain things as far as the way, because it's run like a nonprofit. It's supposed to be a nonprofit. It ain't. They make shit tons of money. But listen. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, look, I think that overall, I'm not ready to write off Coach Prime yet. But I think that, man, I just don't know him to fail at anything. But I think he needs to get a coaching staff in place that he's willing to let fail a little bit in order to be able to win. You know? I don't think that you just decide to. I mean, look, Oklahoma had to go through it the first year with Coach Venables. It certainly wasn't Coach V's fault that they had chicken shit instead of chicken salad. Whenever Lincoln left. And look, I'm not bad-mouthing any of the guys at OU. I'm just saying what got left there wasn't the guys that, if they were real good, they probably went with him.
Yes.
Because he loves the portal too.
Yes. So he would have taken with him.
Yeah. And look, I mean, thankfully, Billy Bowman stayed behind, and so did Stutz, guys like that, and Woody. There was, and obviously Marvin and some of the receivers and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, when it came to the defensive side of the ball, it wasn't what it needed to be for you to get better, right?
Yeah.
Bill Beaton, though, we know he's going to do well with the offensive linemen. You just get him; he can develop them. That's one he's going to develop guys. I like some of the guys. Well, you have Joshua. What's his last name? Sippin. The freshman, the freshman, the probably
Josh
be the
Bates.
next Josh Bates. Yeah, Josh Bates. I saw him in the All-American game last year. He was good. He's a big boy.
Oh yeah. So he's gonna be good. He's just young.
He is, and I think but that's what it's gonna. But you also have to. They went through the failures of year one, 6 and 7. And could have been a little better. Could have been a little worse, probably too. You know what I mean? But in the end, you have to kind of go through those things and be willing to go through those things in order to get it right.
Yes.
If you're pulling the plug on half your coaching staff or whatever, and halfway through the year, it's not a great look. It's not a great look, man.
Well, another coach R-ism. You don't go from the outhouse to the pit house in a year.
No.
Boys.
Right. I think he wanted to microwave it a little bit. I think he was trying to microwave.
And did a pretty damn good job of it.
Listen, man,
even through all of that, guys, from 1-11 to what they did, and even in the games they lost, guys, they were competitive.
Yes,
I
huge.
mean, in the past, those were ass whippings, and so people can be pissed off at Coach Prime about, well, we didn't win, we didn't get in bowl game and all that bullshit. But like I said, you don't go from the outhouse to the penthouse in a year, and you don't become as competitive as he took them from where they were to where they are now. And if he takes them that far next year, watch out, guys. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be like Florida State, but they're going to be competitive.
I think they're going to get to a bowl. I think they should. The goal should be next year. You got to get to a bowl game, 6-7 wins, whatever. I think middle of the road in the Big 12, and I think that's doable. Look, I think that's doable. You're not. I mean, I don't trust Okie Light. I think once they lose that competitive edge that they get from even having to play Oklahoma, they're going to go right to the bottom.
Well, it depends on if Farmer Jones continues to go into the office or he decides to go milk his cows.
Stephen G's asking Sippin, how do you see CU in the Big 12? How do you see him?
How do I see Colorado?
Yeah.
Man.
In the Big 12. In the Big 12, starting off.
It's going to be I think it's going to be more about them just facing new opponents more than anything, man, and getting to know who's, the tendencies of the new opponents more than anything else. I mean, I don't think they're going to be competitive with Houston and all of those guys, who just got here.
Yeah.
BYUs and stuff like that. But it's the teams like Iowa State, Kansas State, to me, those teams are weird as fuck, man. They kind of play a little different than most teams, especially Iowa State and that umbrella defense shit they be running. So once they figure that out, man, I think they'll be fine. Now they're gonna come in with some offensive firepower probably, so they'll be able to score right along with everybody else. And they already went and whooped TCU's ass already. So
that was that he had him a game. Shador had him a game in game one, boy. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, man. I mean, they'll be right there around 6-7 wins probably.
I think so too. I think, and that's where you need to be, right? That's where you need to be in your, that if you, and I know he wants more than that for Shador, but to be honest with you, Shador can go out there and win 6 or 7 games. He ends up with probably 35 touchdowns minimum passing. Or he had that anyway, didn't he? What did he end up with?
I don't know.
He ended up with about 3,200 yards, 27 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. So he was
over 30. So over 30. So yeah, if you get up to 35 to 40 total touchdowns, if you're Shador, that gets you to probably 6 or 7 wins, and you're in first round draft pick. And I think he might have been a first rounder this year, just because of his upside. He would have been late first round, but he can spin it better than most of the guys that are going into the draft right now.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, it's going to come down to what Colorado can do on, like you said, on that defensive line. What they can bring in on the defensive side of the ball. If y'all could just get a halfway decent defense, man, y'all be just fine. So
yeah. Guys, pay attention to because we still have an offensive coordinator role we need to fill. We have an offensive line coach as well as a tight end coach. On the offensive side of the ball.
Who do you think is in the lead for those jobs? Who's in the lead for the OC and DC first?
This is a touchy subject because I'm not sure how I feel about
Colorado chat. Let us know what y'all think. Who do y'all want?
So throughout the season, the big rumor or whatever was Byron Leftwich, which I think could be really interesting because Shador trains with Brady. Leftwich worked with Brady. You share that same philosophy about football. I think it could work, right? Byron Leftwich is a younger guy. I don't feel like the game has passed him by any means. Would incorporate a little bit more of that pro style stuff that I feel like would suit Shador really well. So I'm about that. He was on campus for a few weeks, I believe, on some of the weekends. So that's where I think a lot of that smoke kind of came from. Now, Pat Shurmur came down as analyst to be co-offensive coordinator and co-offensive line coach. Don't forget that. We did see the OC or the offensive line play a little bit better, in my opinion, once he took over.
Well, that's good. An NFL coach can coach the offensive lineman. That's good to know.
Yeah, but so that's why that supported my indictment on Dylan. But I will say, if we do go the pro style route, we bring in an NFL coach. If it is Pat Shurmur, I guess it's more about stability. Like, I think he can make adjustments, and we'll see what he can do with a full offseason of putting in his system. I really question his ability to recruit. I really question, like, has the game passed him by to some extent? Is he going to come with any innovative ideas?
That's the worry about NFL coaches is none of them really like to recruit, or else they wouldn't have been in the NFL.
Exactly. But I will say, there is one thing that could get me on board for this. If Pat Shurmur really is the offensive line coach, or the OC, because Brian Howell did tweet that out, that is, a leading possibility right now, I think is what he tweeted. If we do bring a guy who lives right there outside of Boulder, another guy with gold jacket to join Prime and Warren Sapp, but coach in the offensive line, and that would be Mike Munchak. The man fixed Garrett Bowles. If he can fix Garrett Bowles, he can fix any offensive lineman that we got. That I would be all good for that. Now, I would wonder, okay, if we are bringing in these NFL coaches, does that probably support the rumor or like the tactic that other schools are taking with our recruits, like our 25 guys say, Coach Prime ain't going to be here in 2025? I would say, if we're trying to just put the best team together for this year, have Shador, Shiloh kill it, Travis Hunter kill it, and all that, you probably just bring in these NFL-style coaches and do that. And I think that
you
would
think you just
support
got the guys that you're going to get with the guys.
Yeah. And as a CU fan, I'm totally okay with that. If this is a 2-year thing, I'm totally fine with that. Now, as a CU fan, do I want to see this go past that? Do I think that this is a good fit for Prime long term? I do. We let him do his thing. But pay attention to this offensive coordinator hire, because I think it's going to tell you what the plan really is.
I'm surprised he didn't try to go get Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, I agree.
Just pop that in there. What if Eric Bieniemy gets canned? He's not looking good as doing the OC thing by himself over there. He certainly hasn't made anybody look stupid for not making him a head coach.
Now, he was OC here again in 2011 and running that pro style. But again, we had no talent.
Pro style offense. I don't have a problem with the pro style, but I'm just saying I don't know that he ain't Andy. He ain't Andy yet.
And guys, I just and this is just me, and I try to watch the movement in the coaching realm of college football and the NFL. First of all, I think the NFL sucks, but that's a whole different topic. But I just don't see those guys, and I'm not going to say, I don't want to say all of them. I don't see the majority of those guys coming back to college football and doing a very good job. I just, and that those are two totally different worlds.
Yes.
Coaching the NFL and guys, let's be honest. How many of them some bitches in the NFL get coached? They're telling the coach what to do. I mean, they make more damn money than the coach does. And so those two worlds that they collide, and especially when it even comes to coaches. So I struggle when we see coaches coming from the NFL back to coach college football.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I think so many of them are so, these NFL guys, they're all so loyal to Coach Prime, though, right? And so they want to help him win, I think. But I don't know that they're long haul type. I don't think they're the long haul type, right?
That doesn't mean they can coach those college kids just because they're coming from the NFL. Usually when you look at things, let's start all the way at middle school coaching, your JV coaches, your varsity coaches, and then you go to the collegiate level and the different levels there. Hell, I put some of those middle school coaches against some of them suckers in the NFL. And I know people say, well, that's kind of a stupid statement, but I'm telling you that they are not just the cream of the crop coaches just because they're in the NFL.
Yep.
So the coaches that are really good, are those coaches that work their asses off every year and are a lot of times their teams are borderline, and it's their coaching that makes the difference to get them to be successful. And that's just, to me, it's not the NFL guys. But again, personal opinion.
Man, your audience is a killer. I love it.
Man, I tell you what, they are.
Isn't that what Saban and Matt Rule did? Then this one's like Tremaine, but this was my favorite one right now. Deion staying. He lost his girlfriend. He'll find another one. Love college football talk on YouTube, baby. The only place you get the real shit.
Hey, Deion, guys, as far as his girlfriend, he's going to go get an NFL cheerleader.
He can get whoever he wants, man. It's Coach
Get him out of the NFL, man. I mean,
he'll do whatever the hell he wants.
You're exactly
right down the road, man. But I'll tell you what, guys. I'll wrap up this segment by saying this. You know, if we do, what I would like is for us to go get a guy that's hungry, that's young, because in case there is somebody or there is another opportunity, whether Coach Prime. He just wanted to coach his kids, which is totally cool. I'm totally fine with that.
Think that's
I got
the
no
case,
issue with it.
I don't really think that's the case, but it could be, I guess. I think
it's a combo.
You can connect those dots if you want to, I guess.
If he ends up leaving, you know, I want somebody that can take over the program, just like TC Taylor. Now, if we got a bunch of guys kind of crusty, like Pat Shurmur back there, I feel like we might have to go from the outside, you know, and I don't want that, you know, but if we hire an offensive coordinator, such as like a guy that I've been interested in, I know it's a little bit different of a system, but Junior Adams, co-offensive coordinator over at Oregon, you know, Lincoln Riley, you know, that could be interesting. Will Stein's calling the plays over there.
Lincoln may need a job next year. Lincoln's going to need a job next year.
I can't do it, man. Wasn't CU just a shitty version of USC this year? I mean, we were exactly the same.
Yeah, listen, they almost beat them.
Y'all should have beat them.
If Colorado would have played with any damn, listen, if Colorado plays with any fucking urgency down the stretch, they win that game.
Yeah, the last few minutes of the game, if they just do
and thank you, Lee. And you should have been saying thank you, Leakin. He didn't run the damn football. He's got one of the best running backs in the country. He puts that game away in the third quarter if they just run the ball.
Yep.
Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Hilarious, but dumb.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lincoln Riley. Speaking of Lincoln Riley, apparently he's been fishing for quarterbacks. I don't know how much he likes his freshman, redshirt freshman guy that's coming in. Apparently he's already been in Manhattan to go talk to Will Howard. And apparently he, along with Dan Lanning, are favored for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel.
I love it.
I just put out a really nice video about Dylan. I'm going to have to take it all back if he goes to USC.
If Dylan's dumb enough to go back with him, Jesus.
Dylan was never with him.
Dylan was never
That's
with
the
him.
only reason.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's a
Lebby guy. He's a Lebby guy.
You're right.
He apparently didn't like Gus Malzahn. And you've heard stuff about him starting a mutiny, but I don't know. Sippin, you tell me what you think on this. My feeling is, and I'm gonna pop this up here real quick. Let's take a look at this. Where is that damn thing? Here's his little letter. Let me fix you guys real quick.
Oh hell. They do a damn template on those things.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
They all sound the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thank you for all you did for me. I love everybody. I love the team.
But this isn't exactly
be a fan of the
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Coach. That's not exactly this one. I only brought it up here for. I only brought it up here because it kind of sounds like fuck you, OU fans, especially. That's the way I felt. Look, he talks about the past 2 years. Here's a Sooner. Made memories with friends and family that reminds me how blessed I am. Yeah, that's your cookie cutter stuff. Appreciate and cherish the memories forever. My time in the Palace was a game time experience I'll never forget. Sooner Nation, you held me accountable, and I'm better for it. There's no thank you to Sooner Nation. There's no. I loved how hyped up the fans were. In other words, he's doing a couple of these.
But
you know what?
But I gotta say, I was just fixing to say, can you blame the damn kid? Hell, everybody wanted his ass out. Nope. I mean, the guy was a baller, and people are bitching right and left. Hell, I was hoping we'd pick him up at Notre Dame. I mean, that kid can play, but yet we were bitching because we wanted the freshman in there.
Well, falling in a possible shadow. Right, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
That standard is insane.
How many dudes got the balls to follow those guys though, like him? You're going to transfer into that mess, and that's what he did. Right. He never was going to be Caleb Williams. He was never going to be Baker Mayfield or Kyler Murray or even. And I listen, man. I am not one of the biggest fans of Jalen Hurts. I'm just not. Lincoln had to cover for his ass the entire time he was at Oklahoma. He can throw the short ones and he can throw them deep and let people run under him. If it's a freaking intermediate that you have to have some accuracy on it, you're screwed with Jalen. Their coaches know enough to keep him out of that, and he's a hell of an athlete. I'll give him that part. That's the thing. Dylan wasn't super great at anything, but he was good at everything.
Right?
Yeah.
But you got to have some kind of set of cojones on you to come in after that guy, right? I just sipping. What do you think? You feel like that's him saying?
It most definitely is, man. He didn't take it to the extreme, but he let us know in his own little words there, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, I appreciate everything that Dylan done for OU, man. I mean, he came at the right time, man, because.
This has been a Dylan free. This has been a stray free zone for Dylan for a long time.
Yeah. If you know, if he doesn't come, man, we looking at maybe Davis Bevel or maybe what's the Charles Thompson's son? Thompson. They used to play for Texas, went to Nebraska.
Casey.
He was in the
Casey Thompson.
Yeah, Casey. Yeah, he was on the market at that time too, and he was really considering coming here as well. Him and Jackson Dart. Dart went to Ole Miss, and so you know,
we like Colgate or something now.
I don't know where he's at now, but I mean, it was gonna be real bad, man, if Dylan didn't show up, because you know we was kind of late in the process too.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. They crazily thought that they were going to talk Caleb Williams into staying.
And we was holding out for Caleb too damn long, man.
Yeah, that wasn't going to damn happen.
Yeah.
No.
The other mistake I felt like they made there for the first year was that they told Dylan he would be the starter, and they made that a public thing. They could have told him behind closed doors and be like, look, we're going to say it's going to be an open competition, though, because we need a backup. You could have, I mean, that was one of the mistakes as a new staff they made, in my opinion.
They was just so damn excited to get him that they didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Look,
you know.
But and Wilkerson's got it. He hit it right on the nose. And I saw the same thing that Steve B was saying. He goes, I'd be throwing them up too. Haters don't realize that DG saved that locker room in our darkest hour when Lincoln left. And I think that was the thing. His charisma when he came in there and his willingness to lead from out front. He didn't try to tell everybody what they had to do. He led by example. Same thing with Drake Stoops. I'll get Drake Stoops. You can tell he's a coach's son because he just showed up and balled. You know, and he led from out.
he played that role perfectly too, man. You got to give him credit for that. You know, he came in and he didn't, like you say, he didn't cause a stir up or none of that, man. He went to work and he probably was trying his best to teach everybody around him what the damn plays were because nobody knew but him and Jeff. So
Jet, you're killing me, bro.
They all knew how to run the jet sweep though.
They know how to run the jet sweep. Look,
not very good though.
Well, it's because they never had a vertical element to go with it. They never stuck that in there to, make it do that. Look, I still, part of me thinks that I think that a lot of it, well, maybe he did Levy that favor by going to Oklahoma though, because Levy, I don't know how you're going to run that. Whether you got, it's clear what he thought of Nick Evers. It's clear what he thought of, and Bevel. He sucks. So, I don't know what you were going to do with those guys. And maybe General Booty would have been okay. General Booty looked good in JUCO, but it's a different game.
Booty always looked good though, so
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe he was. Casey Thompson, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I agree. I agree with Wilkerson that he did save it. And I go back to that story that they were talking about Braden Willis last year. After Dylan came back after the head injury, he comes back for the next game after the Texas game, and he's telling the guys inside the meeting room, they're all spread out in there. There's a bunch of chairs in between them and stuff. And he said, "Hey, everybody get in here and freaking get close. We need to get tight." And I remember Braden saying, "This is our guy."
Braden was a hell of a leader, man. And he's another one that led by example.
Right. Yep. Oh, dude, you know how much the Niners are loving him and got him with the last freaking pick? Holy shit. How did that happen? That guy's way better than that.
Think about if he would have been here this year, man. Oh, man. He would have opened up that offense even more.
Yeah.
But,
guys like that go under the radar, though. He's the prime example of one that goes under the radar, and then he makes it big time in the league.
Brock Purdy. Same with Brock Purdy. Holy crap.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be an NFL quarterback.
I didn't see nothing that made me think anything of him whenever he was at Iowa State. He was just okay. He wasn't bad. He just wasn't.
But you know what? If you think back to him, he was a hell of a competitor, guys. Now he didn't.
And I think that's why he's good here too. And plus, he's got a hell of a. Here's the other thing that happens in the NFL, guys. You either got a good coach or you don't. Ask Baker.
Ask Broncos
Now, what was I talking about earlier? I might even take a middle school coach over some of them bitches.
Hey, I'm telling you, at Cleveland, it's a dumpster fire. They might as well just have a flush sound when you talk about the Cleveland Browns, because Brown. It's awful. But and then the same thing, kind of look at what's going on in Carolina right now. They don't know what the hell they're doing. He ends up there second. He's washed up. What does McVay and them say? Oh shit, we wish we'd have had him all year.
Yeah,
man. Some of these guys are good, some aren't. Brock Purdy is with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan can call plays. He's going to put you in a position to do very well. Plus, they've got a lot of weapons there too. So they busted up on Philly last weekend, boy. Whew. What a game. All right. So that's about and here's the other thing. I do believe part of this is I love it if Jackson lights it up in the bowl game. It'll be great. But Kim, it's not a distant memory. The bottom line is I want to see us be a little more appreciative of old Dylan Gabriel for what he did. It could have been a little worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Amen. I can tell you this. I can tell you this. Arnold could not have come in and done what Gabriel did this year. No. And it's not because he's not better, because he may come out at the end better.
Yeah.
But he wasn't better right now.
Yep.
And y'all, and that's one thing. And you guys know I'm not an OU fan. Y'all know that.
Yeah, you remind us every show. We get it.
I have to. I have to because of the dumbass statements that I make. But I'm going to tell you, even though I'm not a fan, there needs to be some respect for him. He earned it. He helped y'all win and be successful. Y'all beat one of the teams that's going into the Final Four in University of Texas. Guys,
Yeah.
he deserves that respect. And I don't believe OU fans gave that to him.
I don't think it
that's
was.
That's why I think in his
There's a portion of the OU fan base that did.
There was, I don't say all of them. It was like 50-50 to be honest. But that's why I think in his letter,
it was 50-50. It was, but there's a large amount of people that didn't like him ever.
That little snippet in that letter, he's saying.
I think he is too. He didn't say thank you. He didn't say thank you to Oklahoma fans. He did not. He thanked everybody else. He loved on everybody else. He said,
yeah, you're right.
I'm better for you holding me to a standard and holding me accountable is what he said.
So is he finna go? So is he finna go get with Lincoln just to shove it in our face now?
That could be possible.
That would be. I think that would be a bad mistake on his part. I think he should go. If he's going somewhere, he should go to Oregon.
Yeah, he needs to go where he can have success, have a good coaching staff.
I don't know. Look, I almost think that if he was gonna, and the more I think about the Mississippi State thing, I don't think he's going, because if you're gonna go play in the SEC, why don't you just stay with Oklahoma?
Because he can't.
Because you got
bullshit. You can't.
We just talked about it. Too many people bitching about it.
Yeah, you can't stay.
You can't stay.
You can't throw the whole damn schedule off.
See, that's the whole thing, is that nobody knows how to hold shit close to their vest enough to freaking just let it be around, because you got a guy. So you have a guy with some experience, and you're not starting a true sophomore with two freaking freshman backups.
They looking at the big picture, man. They don't want to jeopardize and take a chance of losing Jackson just to keep Dylan for one more year, man. Because I mean, that's what basically you're gonna ask Jackson to sit again for a whole nother damn year.
I didn't say that. I said you should make him. I should have been a competition, but I also feel like DG may have stepped aside, saying, "Hey, they want him to be the quarterback, and I want him to be the quarterback here too."
And on top of that, DG also knew that he was finna go get paid somewhere too.
Yeah.
So it was a win-win, I guess.
It is.
And it really is. It truly is a win-win for everybody.
He is going to get paid. Yeah, they're saying $2 million is his valuation, and that's what's being offered apparently.
Oh yeah,
you'll have to meet it. Look, he's not even. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there, guys. There are a lot of quarterbacks in the portal right now. The only one that that might be Shedeur Sanders.
But I tell you what, though,
I've had the haters telling me that for weeks. Shedor's ready to transfer, and maybe if Florida State had gotten a quarterback that could have stayed healthy throughout all their hits,
man,
they might have been in the college football playoff. What?
College football fans are the best trolls. There's no two ways around it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I guess Shedeur.
NBA fans are pretty good too.
I love Laker fans.
Clever. Yeah. Okay, Steve. They'll try to find someone who is coach bound serviceable as a quarterback. Who will?
They'll try to find someone.
Mississippi State, probably. Are you paid for who are you talking trash to there, CC?
I love CC. I don't know. My guys, what's up? I always appreciate the chat.
I love it.
They're wild in as always.
Hey man, that's the thing. The Oklahoma, my audience here, and Sippin's audience, and your audience are dogs. Dogs.
No doubt.
Hey, remedial. I love remedial questions. Because I'll give you remedial answers.
Man, well, you got to be kind of crazy anyway to even watch our content anyway to begin with. So
that's factual. Well, I mean, we tell it like we're not for the soft. We are not for the soft. That's for sure.
I'm curious with OU country. Is it or Sooner Nation? Is it like, man, you know, you see the same people in the chat on one creator. Then when another person starts their show, everybody's over there. That's how it is. I mean, I don't feel like anybody in the comments has time to sleep. I don't understand how they do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're there for all of our shows, man. And generally I think it just kind of worked itself out that way. We kind of stagger our shows off of each other, and they hit them all.
Oh yeah.
The only one I go up against JP and Trav sometimes on Thursdays when they go. Sometimes they're Wednesdays, sometimes they're Thursday, but I usually go up against them if they're on Thursdays. But I like JP and Trav's show too.
Oh
you know what I mean? Only one I don't like is freaking that little pissant freaking.
Say it.
You know who I'm talking about.
Let's hear it.
Say it.
Say it. We don't hold back on here.
Yeah, I don't like Parker Thune. He's a little fucker. I can't stand
What is that all about, man?
Because he's always starting shit with everything.
Oh, okay.
It's look at me. He's full of shit, bro.
Hey.
I can't stand that little bastard. Can't stand him. See, I didn't want to even gonna say it, and you guys are pulling it out of me here.
Hey, do we hold shit back on this show? No, we don't.
No, I don't like
it.
Fucker.
Don't like it. Don't matter. We're gonna say
he did with Peyton Bowen when his sister died. I said, "Fuck that kid." Sorry.
Yeah, I got a couple of shows that I don't really care for, but you know, I use them all for information. You know, I don't have any inside connections, so I be trying to listen in too.
Hey, and that's the other thing that Parker does, like acting like he breaks news all the time and nobody else knows but him. Get out of here. Shut up, boy. You ain't the only one that knows a damn thing. Get out of here with that shit. I've been a freaking reporter for 20 years. I know people too. Shit. He had never accused me of it, but he's always on PG about it. It's jacked up. Can't stand that little fucker, man.
I love it. Right. I love it.
Not a fan of Brandon Drum either. Yeah, he's kind of he's not as bad as Parker though.
Everybody's gonna start naming people.
See, this is gonna be clipped and all over Twitter in the morning. Watch, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Fuck it. It is what it is. All right. Say we didn't try hard. Yeah.
Hey, why don't you invite his ass to our show?
No.
Come on over, bitch.
Yeah, Brandon Walker's a little chump too, but that's completely for his benefit. Of he knows what that's. Here's where I feel like Oklahoma fans need to be a little smarter. You know what the fuck he's doing.
Oh yeah,
you know what he's doing. Don't fill his pockets up by saying shit to him. Don't help him.
Yeah, that dude made me want to reach through the TV a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't like his ass either. He's full of shit too. Yeah. But I mean, hey man, I can't hate on him for the, you know, he's one of the dudes that on that show that you can get away with whatever you want on Barstool. Barstool's great, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He said Ralphie was soft just like your team. Man, why are you dogging on Ralphie, Dave?
All right. Yeah. Let me just take a minute on this. I'm so over Ralphie 6. And as a graduate of the University of Colorado, I can say this. I understand it will get me in trouble. Ralphie 6 sucks. She doesn't give a shit about this team. You know, we used to have Ralphies that would run out there freaking losing their minds, being dangerous. You know, our Ralphie ranked
over the handlers and shit
because they could lose their lives. And we got Ralphie 6 that just trots out there, doesn't give a shit about this team, gets to like the 30-yard line max, goes home. And our team took on the spirit of Ralphie this year, and that was soft. So, guys, I don't eat buffalo. I don't eat bison. I don't do it. I can't eat our mascot.
It's delicious.
But I feel like we got to exercise some demons with this program. We got to sacrifice Ralphie 6, throw her on the grill. We got to start over.
Well, and you know, Dave, that's the way it is when you have programs that haven't been worth the shit. That hadn't been worth the shit. You got to exercise the demons.
Well, I say
because the demons are there.
Yeah,
you got to bring in one with some balls. Is that what we're talking? No female Ralphies.
Ralphie 5 was retired because she ran out of her freaking mind. She was insane. So I've been saying, man, if we need to get some Buffalo size,
Amen,
white
brother.
powder, whatever.
Dig,
If we need steroids, if we need performance enhancers to get Ralphie 6 to where she needs to be, I'm okay with that. But we can't have the performance that we had this past year from Ralphie 6. It was soft.
Hey, Wilkerson, this is clappable info as well. I gotta throw this up there for Wilkerson. He's been banned from Brandon Walker's show. That's awesome. No, he has a ban.
Attaboy, Wilkerson.
Wilkerson's good, man.
Love you, brother.
And
Love you.
I bet Hank could do it. Hank's been banned from everywhere else, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this Ralphie 6 is from Nebraska. Our Nebraska friend Mike pointed this out.
Is that right?
Cornhusker fan. Yeah, so we would get a Buffalo from enemy lines, and it would be a dud,
Oh man,
you're killing me, Dave.
This is too good. All right, so there's a lot of guys in. You got DJU in there. I'm trying to get Big Dave to come on. I don't know that he wants to talk about this right now with DJU. The thing is that if he gets a better draft grade, I think he's probably going to the NFL. If not, I suspect he's probably Michigan State because that's where Jonathan Smith went.
Well, didn't the backup at OSU, isn't he just get
also in the portal? Also in the portal.
Yes.
Damn.
And he's better than DJU, don't you guys think?
I think he's young and he's got a lot of talent. I don't know that he's better than DJU, but he's a good player. Really good. Big Dave loved him. He said, man, that kid's going to be a baller.
Yeah.
Something happened at Oregon State. Well, I'll tell you what it is. The Pac-12 falling apart and them not getting them into a conference. They're all pissed off with Jonathan Smith. What do you expect? He's going to go coach at a freaking power program.
Yeah, they're playing Mountain West football the next 2 years. How are they supposed to compete?
Yeah, dude. It's not good. It's not good. Not good at all. And I that's what I'm saying. I feel like here's the other but the one that Kyle McCord, I don't understand this one. They went freaking 11-1. And Kyle McCord,
the same OU problem, right? They just want perfect quarterback play.
I don't know that it's about that.
Hey,
I don't know that
let's
it's
be
about
honest. I think he figured out his coach ain't worth a shit.
Are we going to have this conversation right now, Coach?
Is Ryan Day Lincoln Light? Is Ryan Day Lincoln Light sipping?
Ryan Day cannot coach himself out of a wet paper fucking sack.
It's looking.
Did I not tell you guys at the start of the season that Ohio State University, everybody was building them up to be, oh shit, they're going to be in the thick of it. Hey, and I'm just going to go back to our shitty Notre Dame team that we had this year, and we weren't shitty, but I'm going to say that for this point. But if we put a dead body in at defensive tackle, we beat Ohio State.
Yeah, we've heard this.
All we had to do was put a damn dead body at defensive tackle, and they don't score because he got in by about 6 inches.
Yeah.
And it took them 2 damn plays to score when we only had 10 guys on the field. It took them 2 damn plays. Guys, tell me what big games does Ryan Day win?
He doesn't. Well, look, aside from
his name should have been Lincoln Day.
Oh,
Lincoln Light. I've been calling him Lincoln Light for 2 years. So I mean, I get, I've already got that one. I've got that one.
Already been there. Y'all are treating him like he's Jimbo Fisher.
You know how long he's been there? I'm gonna tell you, Dave, how long he's been there.
Dave,
he's been there
the Big Ten sucks.
He's been there too damn long.
The Big Ten sucks, and it's great that he's 55-1 against the Big Ten, aside from Michigan at this point. Bro,
I mean, it's like, okay, you're losing to Alabama and Georgia.
What does Shawty say? What does Shawty say all the time? That shit sandwich is starting to get a little stale.
It is
out there. But I would say the same thing for Penn State. How the hell do you not win some of these games sometimes?
Amen, brother. Amen.
Maybe it's because, I'm a fan of the team that has been irrelevant for 20 years, but I just think people need to be a little bit more patient with their coaches if they're not screwing this up like Jimbo Fisher.
Look, there's programs that are okay with 10 wins a season, and there's programs that want more.
I mean,
there's just a difference. Hey, I can't explain that to people that don't know. It's just how it is.
I mean, if I was Ryan Day, I would want to go to a program where I'm not being put on the chopping block after going 11-1.
Fans that are crazier than Oklahoma fans. Ohio State has got everybody freaking over that.
But what do you mean he wants to go to a program? He is in the program. Yep. They want to be successful. They want to win, but he just continues to get his ass kicked.
Well, you got to cheat. You got to cheat a little bit. Come on.
Yeah, he's not cheating hard enough.
Especially if you're out there with Harbaugh, you're gonna have to cheat a little bit.
Hey, I saw a great picture of that today. But I'm not gonna. I'll share that later.
Go ahead. Oh, okay.
It's not. Yeah, not fit for it was funnier than shit. I'll share it with you guys.
Okay, later. Yeah. If it's not fit for the stream.
No, it's fit. I'm just not smart enough to do all this camera shit. And show it to you guys.
Well, if you can just pull it into a tab, then all you got to do is hit the present button, and you can.
I'm
email it to me or send it to me on the messenger. I'll pull it up.
I'm a couple of cold beers into this. I ain't gonna do all
that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had a couple of shots. All right, back into this. So obviously, Dylan.
I want some of that damn crown back there.
Cam Ward is another. Cam Ward is another big addition from Washington State. Brock Vandergrift from Georgia. Will Howard, Dante Moore. I mean,
is Dante Moore damaged good?
He's going to be good, bro.
I think he's going to be good. He hasn't proven anything yet, really.
Yeah, he's a freshman, though. He's a freshman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What you got out of him is probably what you would have gotten out of freaking Jackson this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't have won 10 games.
Hey, now don't leave my boy Riley Leonard out of this, okay?
Riley Leonard was very good, and he's going to where, Coach?
Texas A&M.
Not Notre Dame.
Irish, baby. That
was a deal before he ever decided to go to the portal.
Oh,
He's an Irish.
Well, he figured when we almost
they can afford to pay the quarterback, but they just won't get an OC.
Well, we almost broke his leg. He said, "I'm going to Notre Dame."
Yeah.
God bless his heart.
I'm gonna go coach myself at Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's about right, brother. That's about right. We won't pay for a damn OC to come in here. We fire our receivers coach, Stuckey. And we leave the damn coordinator, which is the big damn problem.
Right.
I don't know. I may have to go to Notre Dame, coach damn offense next year.
Well, shit. I'll go help you. We can do that.
Okay.
Shout out, Shouty. We were just talking about you. Shouty, you want to come in?
Shouty!
No, they
get in here. Get in here, Shouty.
Cam Ward going to Ohio State? Is that what you guys think?
What's that?
Cam Ward, okay, if you're gonna,
it sounds like he's yes. According to JJ, that's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah.
JJ Kitchen, our boy JJ Kitchen. Shout out to JJ Kitchen.
Absolutely.
Let me send this to Shorty.
And will Florida State? They'll need another quarterback next year, right? You think they go after somebody like McCord or Grayson McCall?
They better get 3 of them that are starters. So if they do happen to go 13-0 again, they'll let them in.
Now I only caught the end of your guys' show the other day, but I mean, is it okay if we talk about this, Jason?
Please, let's talk. Talk about whatever.
I want to know what your guys' opinions were on this college football selection.
Hey, I don't have one.
Bring the ruckus. Here we go. I'm gonna send it to Sippin first. Sippin.
Okay. Well, I'm old as fuck, man. So I look at it like I mean, if you go undefeated, man, you ought to get a chance to go ahead and get in there, man. You know, that's just how I look at it. You know, I know that no, they ain't a damn top 10. Hell, like I said, they ain't even a top 15 team right now.
No.
But I mean, at the end of the day, what about the other players that's on that roster though that was out there balling their ass off? You know what I mean?
They got there, didn't they?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they did everything they was asked to do.
They put themselves in position.
And if it was OU that got left out, I mean, we'd be tearing this motherfucker up, man.
I'm really happy that Coach I just showed up. I'm really happy that Coach I just showed up in here because I got
all right, Coach I.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Listen,
What's up, my brother?
Hey, man, we took it on. Go Dogs, baby.
Either are you a top 4 team or are you not a top 4 team?
We are
you
a top 4
hit the nail
team,
on the
but
head,
we don't
brother.
deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So we one of the best 4, but we're not one of the most deserving 4. I'll say that.
That's some stupid shit.
I mean,
we're distinguishing between most deserving and best.
You see why when I started my rankings, I said I was trying to take all subjectivity or at least as much as I could out because everybody talk about the eye test and this and that and all that. Hey, bro, you can't tell me we've been number 1 for 5 weeks and we lose by 3 now, so we number 6. But
exactly. Hell, you should have just gone to fucking 133. I mean,
such a weird. That's the whole thing. Is it's look. The one thing I'm going to say is this: whatever they didn't stay with the same, or they didn't back up their decisions one way with another way. So, like, I said this a bunch. Look at Oklahoma. They get left out of the New Year's Six in favor of an Oregon team that hasn't beaten the top 25 team all season. Oklahoma's beaten 2 of them.
Yeah,
I
agree.
So, and 2 conference champions, by the way, which is the only team in the country that's done that, and they don't get the New Year's Six over Oregon. But yet
that's why the committee fucked
Texas,
up.
They love Texas, just not the team that beat Texas.
They've been dick riding Oregon all year though.
No, they have, but for what? For their losses. So they got judged by the losses that they had.
Yeah. Must be the uniform.
Guys, and I continue to say this about Florida State. And trust me, I am no Florida State fan either. Okay. But I just look at this just just like Sippin was saying. I'm old school. And you know what? What the hell are we playing the games for if they don't mean shit? So let's just and obviously Jason's heard this from me already. Well, let's just put them all on paper. Who we think ought to win. We'll just write it down and we'll turn those in, and then whoever gets the most votes, they get to go play for the big dance.
That's what they're doing.
But that's
Dave, jump
bullshit.
in, Dave. Dave's about to lose his mind. Say something.
Oh my gosh. Okay. If we take away the records, if we take away the names of the schools, all that, and we watch these 6 teams and we got to pick 4, Florida State is not one of the teams you watched this past weekend and said, my God, we got to see them in this 4. And I understand, if you go undefeated, you should. This is a different year where I felt like we had 6 teams that deserve to be in there with only 4 slots. But
and that doesn't happen every year, by the way. People are saying they should have moved it up, which, by the way, the Big Ten and the ACC could have fixed it, along with the Pac-12, could have made sure that there was a 12-team playoff this year had they the alliance not shut that whole thing down because they were pissed off at the SEC. Let's not forget that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but shit happens. Shit happens. Florida State, they play the games and they didn't pass the eye test.
But Dave, we don't fucking play for the eye test. We
do. This is college football.
It's always been about the eye test. Has it not?
This is college football. It's about money fights.
We play for the score at the end of the game. Whoever wins, wins. And here's the thing. We can say, well, golly, they lost Travis Hunter. If they had him, they would be in the Final Four. Well, that's fucking great. But you know what? what they also did is all them motherfuckers on that team, what they did was they still won with the they still won with a third team quarterback. With a third team quarterback, they still won and became undefeated.
Coach,
and
stop
won.
acting like they
That's
beat freaking
beautiful.
Georgia. Stop acting
It
like they
doesn't
beat Georgia
matter.
the
I'm
other
not
day.
acting like they, you know what? We can look at every schedule on here and say that, Jason, they didn't beat you know, the giant killer. You know,
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. I will say the strength of schedule, Alabama was 5th. Florida State, 55th.
Oh, and I hear that. But have I not heard some of us say in here, well, we don't build the schedule. That's built years out. And
I didn't say that. I didn't hear that from
Coach. They can Florida State can go make their own version of Rudy, make a movie, you know, getting to 13-0 with their third string quarterback. I don't want to see Cincinnati and TCU in the college football playoff. I don't want to see save the Cinderella stories and the tears for March Madness in college basketball. I don't want to see it again.
I don't want to see fucking Texas.
Neither do I.
Texas,
but I
Texas
do think
doesn't belong there.
Listen,
Texas
man, let's
sucks ass.
But listen, we know this thing is a lot of this got to do with money, man, and we know nobody was going to watch if Florida State play.
Hell no,
nobody wants to see a third string.
If Jordan's there, everybody does, because I think they're one of the more popular teams in the country.
If Jordan is there, yes.
I think that
Jordan is there.
Yeah,
yes.
listen.
Look, that's
I think it sucks for Florida State. I'm going to say this. I think it sucks for Florida State. It sucks.
I'm not saying it's right. I don't think they're one of the best 4 teams.
I don't think any of it's right. What I will say is it's easy to just put it off on whoever voted in Alabama instead or whatever and how they did it. Do I still think they got the best 4? No. I think that Georgia's got to be in before you got the best 4. So you got to kick either Washington or Michigan. Maybe Texas.
Texas sucks. Texas sucks.
Phone down.
I got a $30 bet on Texas winning the national title, baby. Hook them. Is that going to get me canceled from this show?
Well, and you can add to that. You
didn't even get it out of his mouth.
Dave, you can add to that bet. I'll bet you 100 they don't.
They don't get by Washington. Their secondary is not good enough to get Washington.
But at the end of the day, guys, of the day, Georgia got screwed worse than Florida State. Worse than Florida State.
They should have been.
Y'all know how I feel about, but y'all know how I feel about that, man. We gotta take care of our business. I don't want to rely on nobody to get me nowhere. So it's at the end of the day, we gotta have our own business. You know?
It is what it is, but you know, Coach, you're a Georgia fan, and the bottom line is y'all deserve to be there no matter what. If you know, and that's what I struggle with the committee. We talk out of both sides of our mouth.
No, they did. Well, they did it all the way through. All the way through there. It was our Oklahoma too.
It was our challenge to get the best 4 teams. Well, motherfuckers, you didn't get the best.
You missed. You missed.
You missed the damn bullseye.
Hey, this is they definitely
changed. Listen, when comparing teams, y'all know they change criteria to fit whatever narrative they need to fit.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's the head-to-head. Sometimes it's the strength of schedule. Sometimes it's when you lost. And sometimes it's this, and sometimes it's that, because it's not always the same. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like head-to-head mattered in Texas, Alabama, but you know, head-to-head didn't matter when I'll keep saying it when they left Oklahoma out instead of Oregon. Oregon literally didn't beat anybody in the top 25, by the way. Nobody.
It's going to be great when Oregon's left out next year for the G5 winner. Isn't that going to be great?
Oklahoma. Had it have been this year for the 12 team, Oklahoma would have got left out for freaking Liberty.
Dude, that is stupid.
Listen, that's what I said. This whole premise of eye test and you know, quality wins and strength of schedule, it's flawed to start with, because we have Power 5 and Group of 5. You're already saying right now.
You got too many conferences playing each other and making up these stupid ass schedules.
Why does the Group of 5 just playing their own thing?
There's a problem with the eye test. There's a problem with the eye test. 90% of them some bitches on the committee are fucking blind.
Or they work at the schools that they're deciding between.
It's the age-old beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Just because I think a chick look good don't mean y'all think a chick look good, and that's how it is. Like I picked Washington to win against Oregon because I'm like, Oregon's looking good against nobody. That's who they was looking good against. Nobody. Washington was playing some quality teams. So I'm like,
but nobody here thought FSU looked good this past weekend, right?
No, it was hard. Listen, both of those
that was one of the worst games I've ever seen. It was awful.
Big Ten and ACC was hard to watch Saturday, man.
I thought they looked pretty tremendous myself.
Yeah, that's just Coach Royball's type of football game. Right,
I'm a college football fanatic, and I like that was hard to watch. Man.
But if FSU is as good as they say they are with their backups,
right?
If they beat Georgia, they should automatically claim the title. You know.
Hey, what are we talking? What are we yelling about in here, folks? Y'all relax in there.
Hey,
what are you getting Jeanette all wound up for? Why y'all getting Jeanette all wound up for?
Let me say one more thing, Jason. Y'all keep talking about this. I'm gonna go get me some tea. I gotta cool off.
Okay. Okay.
I know I walked into the boy. Y'all was already hot, boy.
Yeah. Hey, it was coming. I knew it was coming.
You already know. Listen, I think Georgia's gonna beat Florida State, but you already might as well.
Coach has been passive aggressive on me for freaking 3 days.
Prepare yourself. I think Georgia's gonna win, but if Florida State win, prepare yourselves for UCF round 2. They will print banners. They will say they're the national champs. I'm telling you, it's coming. If we don't
if they beat Georgia, they better not beat Georgia. I'm gonna tell you, if
they're so good, I don't think they will. I don't think
if they're so good, they would beat Georgia. But I think Georgia's gonna beat them by 50.
I think it's gonna get ugly, but
but they won't retain all those guys like they did against us last year in the damn bowl game. Yeah. Those guys will be opting out this time around. Probably.
Well, they already have one opted out. Patrick Payton, defensive end.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Keon Coleman plays, Benson plays, Tuafili plays, like those three are all Hurd, Jared Verse, like all of those guys. If they play, then they can make it a decent game. But if
they play, that means they actually trying to come get y'all ass.
They trying to prove something if they play, but you know me, y'all know how I am. It don't matter who's suiting up for Georgia. We better than Florida State, and we should win the game. If we don't win, it's because they beat us straight up. That's just what it is. So
it's crazy that we're talking about subjective metrics because there's nothing is uniform in college football. Number one, nothing. So it's not like you play the same, and even in the NFL, you're not going to have a perfectly balanced schedule. But you're going to have tier 1, 2, or 3, depending on what they did last year and all that other stuff. You're never going to get that in college football. Never.
No.
Unless you do break into just the 2 conferences, and then you can make it work how you want to make it work.
And
or 3
pods and stuff. Do pods and then do pods in each conference, and then the winners of each pod go play in a little mini playoff for their conference, and then you go to the regular playoff.
But do you want the NFL at this level? I don't know that you do. But
I think they wouldn't. I think they wouldn't do it because of what we're doing right now. We got who knows how many people watching us talk about these teams. Nobody's talking about that during the playoffs in the NFL because if you win your division, you're in. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? And then the wild card even has a calculation. There's a A, B, and C to who gets the wild card. So there's nothing to talk about. It's whatever. And I know some people say, it's sports, the win should matter. That's why we like college football, because we get to argue about it all about doggone time.
Yeah, look, and you're gonna hear 5 different answers from 5 different people.
Yeah, for sure. Like my 4 may be different from Sipping 4, but we both, we go.
Well, look, on your show the other day, on your show, we can say right now, who's your best 4 players, Sipping, or your best 4 teams, the best 4. You can put Florida State in whoever you want, but who's your top 4?
The best 4 is Georgia, Alabama, Michigan. Man, I have a hard. It's gonna be close. I have a hard time putting Texas in there though, because I think Texas is they good, but they not the top 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that the I don't know. I
mean, you go
I think
Washington.
I like Washington's offense. I don't care about their defense, but
yeah, Washington remind me of OU
against Texas so much.
I think that's gonna be a shootout.
I think Washington wins that shootout because Texas is secondary not good.
Didn't Washington beat them in the bowl game last year barely?
They did. They didn't beat them barely. They beat them by 2 touchdowns, didn't they?
Yeah, they outscored them. That's why I think they got outscored them again.
Yeah, that was the best part about that game for Texas was Sark lost his shit on that usher before the game. Do you remember that?
Did on the Alamo Bowl too.
Most fired.
Yeah, I think that's what. That is.
It was the Alamo Bowl, and that's where Oklahoma has. Look, I think Oklahoma got one of the toughest matchups in the country for their bowl game playing Arizona with the way they've been playing.
Listen, I think that's a really good match. You know, we did the show yesterday or the other day. That's a good matchup. That's gonna be some. I feel like both teams, if both teams come on and play like they want to be there, this is gonna be a really good matchup. I think it really will.
Yeah.
Well, now we know you got 2 freshman quarterbacks. And so, you know, it is what it is with that. But I think that you're talking about 2 young football teams that are hungry. They want to kind of progress. If you're looking at Arizona, how do you not get up for Oklahoma? And if you're Oklahoma and as young as you are, you better get up for this. This is not you don't leave losing to another incoming Big 12 team going to the SEC. It's not okay. Go win the damn game.
Yeah. Did y'all already talk about Coach Prime? Did I miss that?
We have a bit, but you can chime in. Please do.
Oh,
that's why Dave's here.
I wanted to talk to my guy, man. Like y'all hemorrhaging coaches and players, dog. What's going on?
I'm telling you. And hey, the chat is wound the hell up right now. Very wound up.
Yeah,
I want to know the running back situation. You had Wilkerson or Hankerson. One of them hit the portal already.
Yes, Hankerson hit the portal. I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. What about Smoke? Smoke talked all that. You know, hey man, they playing selfish, but he ain't hit the portal yet.
He's out of eligibility. He's done. So, tough look for him. You know, again, I don't know why we wanted Dylan Edwards back in pass pro. I hope I get an answer at some point to a lot of the personnel. Again, I think that's why my channel has done so well is we just get on and try and figure out why certain things are happening, you know. But I will say a surprise that I did not expect. You know, I've been expecting Sean Lewis to leave for a while. Again, I think him bringing over Bill O'Boyle was a fireable offense in itself. So I'm glad that those two. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. But I was not expecting Nick Williams to move on. He's responsible for most of the commitments that we have in the class.
He's a recruiter. He's an ace recruiter.
Yes, and we're about to find out how good of a recruiter the rest of the staff is, how good Warren Sapp is going to be, because we got to get those guys to stay. We absolutely have to. And, you know, I'm sure they've known that some of these changes have been coming for a while, but we haven't seen what the new hires are. Right now, it's kind of, let's see what happens. But I was telling Jason, and the rest of the panel, depending on who they hire at OC, I think that's going to give you kind of clarity on if, you know, Coach Prime's planning on sticking around here for a while, which is my hope, or if, you know, if they're kind of going to run this thing. He wants his kids to have the best years possible. He wants to have a successful year, and he might just move on after this next year, which I'd be totally fine with. But if it's Pat Shurmur, I think that's the case, because I don't think Pat Shurmur's going to recruit.
No, not at all.
That's why he's been an NFL coach his whole career.
That's why these guys go to the NFL a lot of times, because they don't want to recruit.
It's not a 12-month-a-year job in the NFL.
Exactly. So this last question: what is like what does Prime have to do next year? I said 6-6 and make a bowl minimum.
Yes.
What do you say?
That is the expectation. again, like we're so close to winning. Like a lot of these games, we need Prime to be a better coach. We need our position coaches to be better. I mean, we need our lines playing better. We need better players. Everybody needs, our mascot needs to be better. Our turf needs to be better. Like, don't even get me started on our PA guy. Like, everybody needs to be better next year. But it is inexcusable if we don't get to a bowl game next year.
Well, and Coach I, we talked, the part you missed earlier that we talked about is, you know, the biggest piece that they're missing. I mean, there's obviously still a few pieces missing, but the biggest one is their O-line, D-line to get players in the trenches and to have some backups to those starters. And if they'll get those things, if they can rectify their O-line, D-line, they're going to be a lot better football team.
Yeah, problem is, man, it's hard. Like, position of premium in the portal is offensive line, dog. Like, it's hard to get good offensive linemen in the portal because a lot of times teams want to keep 15 minimum. You know what I'm saying? So they can go rotation. So those guys that's 16 through 20, they might not be so good when they hit the portal, you know. So,
but if they could get, if you know, in the Big 12, and let's just face the facts, the Big 12 is not real good. And if they could get 8, if they could be 8 deep, you know, or 8 players,
they need play, 8. You gotta have 8.
Competitive. Yeah,
you gotta have 8.
Yeah,
Neilio getting in here.
Neilio, man from KC Mo with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Hope y'all are having a nice evening. It's quite lively in here today.
Oh yeah, Neilio. I know, right?
Usual, quite lively. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Man. Yeah, look, man. I think
the trenches is why we lost to Alabama.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they beat us.
That's the toughest place to. Like I said, God makes less of those cats, and they're the hardest dudes to get to come to your school. That's it.
Yep. I think, and we have the guys. They just outplayed us, beat us up both sides.
Well, and you know, it's unfortunate, Coach I, because we know y'all, and you said it before. Boy, we were in some close ball games, you know, that we really shouldn't have been close ball games. Mm-hmm. And you know, we talked about this, and you know what? I was wrong because I thought Georgia was going to be the first one to ever three-peat.
And, well, I felt I went into last weekend saying if we had a beat game, I told everybody last week, if we had a beat Bama, that I felt like we was going to three-peat because that was the best defense we was going to see. I felt like, and I said this on Respect the Hedges earlier, we showed Bama way too much respect. We did not call the same type of game.
I don't think that they were. I don't think they were aggressive enough. It felt like in the game to me. I just felt like it was not very aggressive.
We played not to lose instead of playing to win. And when you do that, you can't do that. Listen, man, I don't care what you think about Jalen Miro. The rest of the team is still elite. You know what I'm saying? It's like these dudes, like they defense, they secondary played amazing.
Came a long ways. Milroe came a long ways from early.
Yeah.
And they used.
This is a solid statement right here. Recruiting determines your floor. Coaching determines your ceiling. Oregon out recruits the Huskies every year, but here we stand, and you're definitely gonna out coach old Sark. Definitely gonna out. Hey, imagine this. Kalen DeBoer could be at USC right now. They hired Lincoln instead.
Hey, things that make you go home.
What?
I love these sound effects.
I know you gotta get you a soundboard, David.
It's the best.
Kim asked if I thought our schedule hurt us this year. I don't think it, because the back half of our schedule all was pretty much ranked when we was playing them. 2 of them still ranked. If not, I think Tennessee, I don't know, they didn't make the top 25, did they? I know Ole Miss and Missouri did. So nah, man. Hey, man. At the end of the day, I think they was looking for a reason to try to keep the SEC out for the most part, but especially Georgia from three-peating. So we got to handle business, man. You just got to win. Hey, you win. If Georgia, I can't speak for Florida State, but if Georgia goes 13-0, they in. So.
I
Hey, I can't speak for another team. I can't speak for another team.
Coach, not if you're playing without one of your best players.
Hey, coach, I could have been lined up at quarterback for Georgia, and they still would have got it.
No, you're exactly right, and that's and
I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's fair.
No, and that's the point to this whole thing. Because you hit the nail on the head. If it would have been Georgia without their starting quarterback, or even if they were on their 13 quarterback, they still would have gotten in. But hey, it's Florida State, so screw you guys. Y'all ain't getting in.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Oh my God!
Damn,
you haven't said nothing in a while, Sippin. You got to chime in here every once in a while, bro. Come on.
Sippin, how you feeling about not getting the New Year's 6, dog?
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, bro. You're muted. Sippin, you're muted.
Hey, he going to town too.
Dude, he's been sipping on that crown too much, man. He doesn't even hear us.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. We couldn't hear you. Yeah, man. How you feel about
chilling, man?
I know
I was over here chilling in my own world.
You sipping too much.
Yeah, no doubt.
Y'all got better wins than Oregon.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean,
Penn State too.
It seemed like not only did the Big 12 have a dick in their hands, but so did the committee. So, I mean, everybody was running around here ready to put the dick down on us, man.
Hey, don't get us demonetized.
I mean, we can't catch a break in conference, out of conference. Shit, it don't even matter, man. You know, I don't know, man. In a way, man, it don't. I'm gonna be honest, man. I mean, we could have went to the New Year's 6, but I don't know, because I already knew that Jackson was gonna be taking over this bitch. So once he was gonna take over, at this point, we would have got up there and got our ass whooped. Because I think Dylan was gonna be gone either way, man. He might have stayed for the New Year's 6, but I think, you know, it's kind of hard to say, man, because these quarterbacks, they need to start getting their destinations before they get passed up, you know.
Yeah.
So and right now he's all about his money, because we already know he don't have a very bright outlook when it comes to the NFL. So he got to get all the money he can get right now. He's gonna go to the highest bidder. So
I think he committed to Oregon.
Did he already?
It was that. Well, I just saw it on. I hadn't seen it on 3
yet.
Yet.
I saw that's where he's.
It's between Oregon and USC is what was on 3. And if he goes to if he goes to freaking USC, that is absolutely
that'd be
a middle finger to Oklahoma.
That's a dumb move. That'll be a dumb move on Lincoln Riley's part though, because Malachi Nelson will hit the portal. You ain't telling me nothing.
He don't care about Malachi no more.
He's gonna be smart, but here's the hey, look, this is the reason. Read this, coach. Here's what he does: the normal. Past 2 years at OU, made great memories with friends and family, and you know the relation. I'm gonna appreciate and cherish those relationships. My time in the Palace was a game time experience I'll never forget. Sooner Nation, you held me accountable, and I'm better for it. No thank yous. No, that's what he had for the Sooner fans. So I told you. I'm telling you,
I told you earlier.
USC, there's a reason.
This is what he said to OU fans.
That's a fair,
that's it.
Statement,
that's
man.
what he said.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey man, y'all get it. Y'all a lot of them did give him hell, though. Like I think,
I said earlier,
I don't blame him. My video from earlier said the same shit. I don't blame him. There was a group of there's a segment of the Oklahoma fan base of a bunch of assholes. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that they're assholes, but I know that they weren't.
You know they're assholes. Yeah, you do.
I don't know that, you know. Golly,
I'm one right here. I've been nice about DG though.
You just not very damn smart if you don't think DG did a hell of a job for OU this year. I mean, and you don't understand football very well.
Correct.
If you don't think DG did a hell of a job playing for OU. So I mean, that's all I can say.
Look, he had 3,660 yards passing
Is that
and
all?
87.3 QBR. That's fourth in the nation. 30 touchdown passes to just 6 interceptions, and he added 12 more touchdowns on the ground.
But Jason, y'all bitched. I mean, not everybody.
Not so much at Dylan. There were some times that he definitely doesn't have the arm that Jackson has.
A lot of y'all's fans bitch continuously about they bitch continuously about the offense. Where did y'all stack up in the offensive standings throughout the year?
Top 5 in scoring and total offense. Yeah.
Oh Jesus, I'd be bitching about that too.
Listen, Coach, not for nothing, Coach. We got a small portion of the Dog fans that are really loud to complain about Mike Bobo, and we're in the top 10 in offense and total offense all year. Actually, top 5.
But you know
they say Bobo can't coach though.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah,
he's just in Arizona for the Broyles Award ceremony this weekend.
Yes, sir. That's all. And you know,
Coach, how does the
Levy can't coach either because now he's just a head coach.
Coach, how does the Georgia fan base feel about Carson Beck?
Mike, thank you.
Initially, not all of them was on board, but I think by about game 2 or 3, they all saw what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was like because they got used to Stetson creating plays with his legs, whether it was running for first downs or escaping for more time. And Beck's not that. Beck's a Peyton Manning, a more athletic type of Peyton Manning quarterback where he's just going to dissect you with his arm. And after a while, it's like you can only complain so much until he's like, man, they do good. You know what I'm saying? They do good.
Yeah.
Like
Michael,
that was
Michael Still, Florida State's going to get Georgia going to beat them by 50. You guys are funny, man.
Georgia 14-point favorite. Hey, man. That's why we play the games, right? All I'm saying is if they focus, then it's not going to be a game.
According to the committee, that's not why we play them.
Now, if y'all feel, I'm curious, if Florida State decides, screw it, man, we're just going to go ahead and leave for the Big Ten, let the legal stuff work it out this summer, you think they get a little bit more favoritism from the committee? Because I feel like Texas kind of got that SEC favoritism kind of. With
y'all know what's crazy before y'all ask, but y'all know what's crazy. People say the committee showed SEC favoritism. Y'all do know majority of committee are from ACC schools.
Good Lord,
there's literally only 2 SEC people on the committee. There's there's like 6 ACC people on the committee, whether it be athletic directors, presidents, whatever. Yeah.
Are they like University of Miami?
Hey, that makes even more sense why they left their ass out there.
Yeah.
Showed up.
They're like, oh, you want to leave? Then fuck you then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what, Simpin? That might, and then somebody said that earlier today or whatever. It's like how Florida State was like, hey, we too good for the ACC. You know, when they was trying to find a conference, they was like, we too good for the ACC. And maybe some of those dudes like, we'll show you.
Yeah, then our conference isn't good enough to get into the playoff undefeated.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, hey, it's all kind of theories out there. I just thought that was, I found that out yesterday, and I was like, that's wild that people say SEC bias when the CFP committee, but majority of those dudes are from the ACC.
But they got it right, Coach I though. They got the forward.
The truth.
That's what they say.
They put a hit out on Florida State, man.
I gotta respond. I gotta respond to Jet here. He's asking how many games I've watched over the last 2 years. Every damn one of them.
Yeah, because he has to have ammo. I just told him that in the chat.
And guys, I'm a football junkie. I'm an ex-coach. I want to watch good football.
Yeah,
and I record.
And he's also a fan of Coach Venables, by the way. He's also a big fan of Coach Venables.
I'm a huge fan of Coach Venables.
I'm my addict. I was watching that Louisville Florida State game
like it was nothing else
on TV. I was like, this is some trash, but I could not turn away.
Yeah, it was on. It was on in front of me too. It was like I wanted to stab my eye out with a pencil, but I was watching it.
Well,
I was all out of
help.
gummies and shit. I wish I would have had a gummy that day.
Jason, you should have called me over. I'd have helped.
Oh my God. No, I was like, why am I still watching this trash? Dog?
Oh man.
Football. That's the thing. We say college football
going on there, coach.
Hey, listen, man. We say college football is over too fast, and then they give us a million bowl games, and we complain about the bowl games. And I just listen. I'll be tuned in.
This is what college football fans are. It's complainers.
Toxicity.
That's what college football fans do. That's why
I think Air Force is playing like SMU or something. I'm JMU. I'm all in, baby. You want to know where Coach I gonna be watching the game?
I'm telling you this: if you turn this into something that is defined, just like the NFL and all that, you're gonna fuck the game up. You can't do it.
No.
If you take out the human retard element, you're gonna mess it all up because then nobody's gonna be bitching.
Yes.
So
the pettiness, politics, all of that. It's what makes college football great.
Yeah.
Listen.
Blue blood.
If it ain't no drama,
not tempers, baby. Shit talking. That's it. That's it.
I got to tell you guys, me and Jason talked more shit to each other in the last few days over Florida State.
Coach was doing the passive aggressive shit, man. He wouldn't even talk to me, but he would talk at me, not to me.
And so it pissed me off so bad. It pissed me off so bad. Then I had to start ripping on Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't. I was so frustrated with the Florida State shit that then I started carrying that shit over to Oklahoma. And then all I was trying to do was push his buttons. Which
I love when y'all go at it.
Hey, that's what happens when you argue. Hey, shout out to my guy Steve B, man. I'm gonna be watching the FCS playoffs, man. Hopefully Furman can pull it off, baby.
Always.
I'm right down the street.
I love it all, right?
I'm right down the street from
Furman, are you Colorado fans that have been here? You guys are as lively as our audience. So I want to thank you guys for that. So everybody who's in here, thank you guys for coming in. I know y'all are arguing with each other and stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. And make sure you hit that like button, folks. We're out here. Is this not entertaining? Because we're talking
thumbs up or thumbs down. It don't make a damn. We'll take either one.
But hit both channels if you would. If you're not already a subscriber, and jump over and check out Coach I and Sippin as well. You got to make sure you get over there and check out these other channels, man. We got to get Sippin's on his way to 1,000. Coach I, you just hit 2,000.
8, man. I need 8 for 2,000. Help your boy out. I need 8.
Go ahead.
We need just over 100. We need 110 to get to 3,000.
That's right, man. Get us there. It's free.
It's free.
That's right.
It's free. It's free.
I gotta find you, Sippin. Hey. What's your channel name?
Sippin
Soon.
It's Sippin what?
That's all you get.
The Sippin Soon.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you which video you should start with. It was the which video Sippin you came out in the wig, dog.
Yeah.
Unk.
That's about the one with the one with Unk.
Yeah. That's what you gotta start with that one, dog.
He's the man. There it is, right there. It's just like it's spelled on his stuff there. Dave.
But guys, all it takes.
Oh, you put in the private chat?
All it takes is a little click.
On the screen. It's on the screen.
Oh, my dumbass. Thank you.
It's written just like that.
Hey, y'all, 8. I need 8, man. Come on.
We need 8. There's at least 8 guys in here that can go over there and get him hooked up. Let's get him to 2,000.
Shout out to Bucky's, by the way. We need 8.
Shout out to Bucky's, by the way. Hell yeah. Shout out to Bucky's. Gotta love old Bucky's. All right. Look, shout out to Bucky's.
Hey, speaking of bowl games.
I like that, Jason.
There you go.
Shout out to Bucky's, baby.
Bucky's.
Let's
Hey,
go.
speaking of bowl games, guys, I'm excited about us going playing in the toilet bowl. We're super excited about the toilet bowl.
The Sun Bowl you're talking about like that?
Yeah. Fucking Sun
It's a cool place to play, but and it's against Oregon State with most of the team leaving now.
Well, you know what though? I gotta tell you what's interesting though. We talk about the Sun Bowl. It's not exactly a premier bowl game. It was sold out in one day, guys. In one day, it was sold out.
That's right.
Incredible. And by the way, I do have
See you
my
later,
damn tickets.
Wilkerson. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Everybody
Hey,
that's in
hey
here.
Dave,
Buddies.
what's your channel?
David Talks Buffs.
David
Okay.
Talks Buffs. Yep. Oh, do I need to throw that back up there? My bad, guys. Oh, I've been.
Oh, shout out to somebody. Just one of y'all in the comments. Just subscribe, man. Shout out to y'all.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Any
Here
of
we
my
go.
audience, if you're sick of following me as a keyboard coach, go follow some real coaches. We got Jason Watkins in the Coach Show. We got Fan Addict Sports. Come on, with Coach I. Go follow some real coaches.
Hey, listen, there's a reason why we do this. We bring on the best creators on YouTube week after week. We love having Dave. We love having Sippin'. Coach, I got a toothbrush over here. I got one at his spot. We always hanging out. We get guys like JJ Kitchen in here a lot. He's another one that's he was in agreement with Coach and kind of I think I pissed him off a little bit yesterday.
Well, he an ACC dude, so I knew JJ didn't want to talk about the Florida State thing.
Right. Yeah. and then we always
that's funny is they all try to say that we SEC guys, SEC, y'all always conference banner holding. I'm like, but y'all do the same thing when y'all trying to compare the ACC to the SEC, though. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's right, Sergeant Pickles. I'm rooting for the Huskies to win the Natty, so I can still say go Dogs. That's right. It's go
there
dogs.
You go. Yeah, hey, listen, I'm definitely rooting for them to win the first game, but I'll go ahead. Hey, I'll take the Huskies in this playoff. Why not?
That's my guy, Mike. We appreciate you,
go,
Mike.
Mike.
Just that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Cornhusker fan. He's been through the ringer.
Ooh, man, I feel for
Mike.
you, dog.
Appreciate you, man.
For you, dog.
Thank you.
Better days to come. Coach Rule, better things to come, man. So
y'all think they get
Cody Light doing? I don't know, man. He hasn't answered. Okie Light Cody has not answered texts or invitations, so
I don't know.
He's still devastated.
He made it home. I assume he made it back to Colorado, but I don't know.
He's actually with Gundy. They're out at the farm milking the cows.
Yeah, Gundy. Oh, that could be a problem because Gundy hates Cody's ass. Hates him.
What? Why he ain't my guy? Hey, because Cody's
Hey man, he hates me too. The look that he gave me and Coach Roybal at Big 12 Media Days when we were in front of him checking into the hotel. Gundy stared a hole in our ass.
You got to break your ass off, huh?
Mediocre. What do you call him?
Mediocre Mike.
He said, I heard all that shit you was talking to.
I was nice to him.
He did hear it. He did hear it.
I was nice and professional to him. I said, "Hey, what's up, bitch?" No, I didn't.
Well, and then we had Stephen Coleman there with us, and he played defensive tackle with at the same time that Gerald McCoy and Tommy Harris.
Yeah.
He kind of came between them, and he was there with us when we saw him the second time, so he knew he was out.
Yeah,
but Gundy, fuck that guy, man. Shit. He's mediocre. I'm sorry. It's facts. It's facts, bro.
Stephen Coleman,
I didn't say that. That's not for me. Fanatic. The Fanatic does not sponsor the wordings coming off of the screen.
I will. Gundy. He's mediocre.
Mediocre at best. Yeah. Look,
I gotta start that.
The guy's running from the Bedlam game and blaming it
on the rivalry. Start the rivalry, David. That's right. Start the rivalry.
There you go.
When you do that, when you run from the damn Bedlam game and then blame the shit on OU.
Oh, and he got the last win. You know, it's gonna take some real wheeling and dealing in the negotiation to get him back to the table. Because he want to hold that last win. He want to hold that.
He wants to own that. He want to own that forever.
Yes.
Yeah. He's gonna own 4 and 15 forever too.
He's gonna fucking retire right before we play that game again. Mark.
Exactly. That's what. Listen, they're gonna be. I'm talking about. He gonna draw out the negotiations, and then as soon as he think it's about to go through, he's like, you know what, man, it's been a wild ride, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits.
Yep.
Y'all not gonna get to beat Gundy again.
Hey guys, I do have to give a shout out to my man Xavier Watts, our safety at Notre Dame, for winning the Bronco Nagurski Award.
How about
that? I was really proud of him for that. So,
hey man,
just shout out.
Hey, why? I know. Shout out to Malachi Starks, man. Georgia guy, man. Top 3 finalist. He's in Charlotte trying to see if he's gonna win that Thorpe Award. And I got I got Brock Bowers, who missed like 3 games, but still is a finalist for the Mackey Award.
We don't want to hear shit about the Thorpe Award.
Oh, bro. How you lead the country in picks and pick sixes and don't even get into the running for it? And he had like 60 tackles too.
No Vaseline, baby. No Vaseline.
And I tell you what, that's another thing too. It's unfortunate that the politics get involved in this too, because at the end of the day, just like y'all are talking about, there's some great players that are left out of these things that should be there and are deserving, and they're left out. I felt
people aren't really talking about Stutzman not being in the running for the linebacker award, the Buckus, but he was already not in it before he got hurt and missed that game and a half or whatever it was. He was already not in the running, and he led the country in tackles at that point.
But yeah, shout out to Xavier. And he beat out some other guys, and Starks for the Starks was up for the Bronco Nagurski too. So
yeah, well, and you know what? I was a little I don't know. It just caught me by surprise, but I thought Audric Estime was one of the best running backs in the country.
There ain't no doubt.
He got left out.
That dude's a load, bro. Audric Estime.
You got guys from Texas Tech at running back. They can't even spell football at Texas Tech. And
how about Tyler Shuck rolling up out of there?
Yeah.
Virginia. Or not Virginia. That's where who's going to Virginia?
No,
who's going
Tyler.
To Virginia? I just saw
Tyler Shuck. What did he? I thought he already kind of leaning towards.
He is. I'll tell you right now. I'm pulling it up. 1 second.
Tyler Shuck transferred again?
Yeah, he's transferred. He's in the portal. Yeah. He probably graduated.
It's like 7th year of football.
Yeah. He's graduated. So
couldn't make it at Oregon. Couldn't make it at Texas Tech.
No, Louisville. He's going to
Louisville.
Yeah.
That's understandable after what we just seen.
That's right. I'm excited about that. I think that's a great place for him.
Because Plummer, man, ooh.
You think Louisville, with all the recruiting they've been doing, though, they could get a better quarterback than him?
Another USC receiver goes into the portal. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's in the portal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee.
Bro, he was good. They underutilized him this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Michael Jackson, if you're watching this, we got a spot for you in Athens, Georgia, my guy.
Yeah, we got 10 spots for you at Notre Dame. Hell, they all jumped out.
Hey,
You want to take Pat Shermer off our hands, Coach?
No.
Hey, I don't know. I might. He may be better than the one we got. But
Super Dave want to put coaches in the portal.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Jason, as we're talking about that, what's everybody's colleges doing as far as the portal? What is that? Guys that have come in and gone out, what does that look like for every one of us?
Right now, as of yesterday, that was the first day. Georgia has 5 in the portal so far. I estimate we'll have a total of about 10 to 15. We do it each year. So, but I think the guys that are in the portal so far made good decisions. You know what I'm saying? If you want to play.
There's a lot of
listen, there's nothing wrong with being at a school 4 or 5 years, getting your degree, playing in spot duty, special teams, whatever. But if you got professional aspirations, then you need to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying?
Did you lose anybody you thought that really mattered?
Not yet. And I hope we don't, but not yet. Yeah, no. Honestly, I've been watching, and there had, to me, Raleek Brown that Mars is talking about, and Michael Jackson, like the receivers lead that actually played in the 2 deep and started for USC. I'm not saying Lincoln's a great coach, but he can score some points. I can't believe they.
But Lincoln is known to lock in on 1 or 2, and then the other guys just don't get no play. Theo Weiss, that's why he ran off to freaking Mizzou. It didn't get a whole lot better with Levy that first year, but Theo was underutilized. He got hurt. Obviously, Theo got hurt also. So.
And they got that freshman Zachariah Branch, who's really good.
Hats off to Theo for having a decent year this year too, because I didn't think he do anything in Missouri.
He did. I'm gonna tell y'all when y'all got that class, that was the best. When y'all got that recruiting class, it was Theo Weiss, the kid Jaden Hazelwood.
Yeah, Hazelwood.
That class of receivers itself. Yes, that was a
Hazelwood didn't live up to it though.
No, he was better when he got to Arkansas, but still never lived up to what because in high school
he didn't get drafted.
Yeah, I'll just say he was better. He wasn't anything at Oklahoma, but he was better than not.
He'd have stretches where it seemed like he was always pissy.
It had to be.
He wouldn't go all out, and then he'd have games where he'd catch a ball or two. I think Caleb was trying to get him involved and make him happy.
Yeah. Another surprise, Clemson lost their starting safety, but I mean, they got a young guy, but Andrew Makuba, he hit the portal. But somebody said he has but somebody said he's originally from Texas and he has a kid too, kind of like AD Mitchell did. So maybe that had something to do with it. But other than that, man, I don't know. Kyle McCord. That had to be the coaches, right? The coaches had to tell him that because why would you leave a starting spot at Ohio State under Ryan Day?
Apparently, his dad something happened with his pops and Day, I think, and I think the writing's on the wall for it's got to be Cam Ward. Cam Ward's got to be going. It's got to be what it is.
Right? So if you Devin Brown, do you hit the portal? Because Devin Brown was the other quarterback that the 5-star that was battling Kyle McCord. So if they bring in Cam Ward, do you hit the portal?
Isn't Cam Ward's a junior or senior? He didn't have much time left, does he?
I don't know.
He's guaranteed the spot anyway.
He came from Incarnate Word. I don't know how many years he played at Incarnate Word.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But yeah, man. Not for Georgia. I coached not anybody. I made a list last Tuesday, I think it was, of people I thought was going to hit the portal or had a chance to for Georgia, and all of them
close.
All of them, like the 5 that are in the portal so far, was on my list. So.
It looks like Nebraska is already meeting with McCord as well, which makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they need a real quarterback.
They do.
Well,
they didn't have.
They do.
So what about OU guys? What's the portal deal?
I don't think there's been any surprises, right?
No, I think a lot of the guys that you kind of had to figure this was coming in that running back room. You got Tawee left. I hated that Tawee left, but he's not going to get more touches. Same with Marcus Major. I think I could probably speak for Sippin, but I'll say it himself. I was tired of watching him run into the back of linemen, so that I'm good with that. And then so. I mean, I love the guy, and all the damn. Daylan Smothers, that one's kind of sucks. Hollywood would look like he was going to be good, but I hear he was real homesick and stuff. He's from North Carolina. I don't think he was just not getting play. Plus, and the thing is,
his family wanted him to come back as well.
This class of really running backs coming in, and it's liable to get a little bit better. If what I'm hearing is right. Their flipness may come a little bit early on the running back, and they already got Xavier Robinson, who is way underrated. If you have not watched Xavier Robinson film, it's a treat. I'm telling you, the dude is a 3-star. That's a 5-star. He's 235 pounds and runs fast as hell. He's a big dude, and he's like that Derrick Henry type, man. I think Smothers needed. Yeah, this is a good call. He needed some home cooking. And then you got Taylor Tatum, who's the consensus #1 running back in the country from Longview. Look, Longview Lobos. They've got a connection to Oklahoma.
Hey, do I have a story about the Longview Lobos? So my first year at Dallas Skyline, we play in the playoffs the Longview Lobos, and they're ranked #1 in the nation. Number 2 in the nation, #1 in the state. And hey, the week we play them in the first round of the playoffs, they're picking the Longview Lobos. Everybody, how they put it in the paper and stuff. And hey, there wasn't anybody that picked them by less than 50 points against us.
1 second.
And-
Coach, we got to let
Yeah.
Dave get out of here. Dave,
Okay,
let
go
everybody
ahead.
know how to find you, man, and we'll let you get out of here. And I appreciate you coming on the show, man, and filling us in, letting us bust your chops a little bit, man.
Hey, Dave didn't tell us about his portal stuff.
Hey,
Man, we
we
need
got
another
a few
show.
guys in the portal. None of them matter, man. That's the story right now.
We need
Okay.
another show.
Yeah, but we'll need another show here soon. But yeah, nothing too crazy. But thanks for having me on, Jason, Coach, Coach I, Sippin. Great meeting you. Hopefully we'll do a show again soon. But you can find me, David Talks Buffs, on like all platforms, I guess right now. Mainly YouTube though. Talking Buffs, talking college football, and talk a little bit of Denver Broncos too. So please come on by and hang out with me and my friends. So thank you so much, y'all. And Sco Buffs and Oklahoma State is a wrestling school. So
Okie Light sucks. That a boy. Good job. Love you,
See you,
Dan.
brother.
We'll talk to you later, bro. That's my
right.
boy. David Talks Buffs. David
He's a good
Deal.
fellow.
If you guys are not, his channel, his lives are funny as shit, man.
Listen, the Colorado fans be up in there too.
They
boy.
wilding. Hey, they're wilding in here right now. I love it. You guys can come in here anytime you would like, please.
That's awesome.
See, I can't
Hey, y'all
tell
need
you
to help
who's
us
on-
get to
I can't tell
3,000.
you who's on Flip Mist Watch. I can't do it because
right.
I haven't heard it from anybody else but the one guy, and I believe this guy. But I until I hear it from somebody else, I don't want it to be obvious that he told anybody, because then he won't hear shit no more. So yeah, I can't tell you, but you'll like it. You'll like it.
Well,
Look,
I can say this, Coach.
Recruiting-wise, Oklahoma is in great shape. They've got 6 blue chip defensive linemen, whether they're edge or tackles, but on the tackles, they've got Jaden Jackson, they've got Stoney, and they've got Nigel Smith. Then you got, look, a raw dude on the outside. Hey, talk to me about what you think about that kid. And I loved it. He flipped the shirts upside down on Twitter for the Longhorn shirts the other day. It was I'm not freaking spacing out on his name.
What are you talking about, Okoye?
Yeah, Okoye, Danny. I love Danny Okoye, dude. That dude talks trash. But I mean, Alabama, first up, the story that I heard is he's been an Oklahoma State guy his whole life, wanted to go to Oklahoma State, and they just stopped recruiting.
Well,
And
maybe that's when Gundy wasn't in office.
He's such a mediocre Mike.
Oh no, I'm looking at this portal too, though. Texas A&M, they about to start. Like Walter Nolan's in the defensive lineman's in the portal. I'm waiting to see if Shamar Stewart's going to get in the portal. I hope we get Walter Nolan. He's a disruptor. So
he's a baller, right? How many people do you think are leaving from A&M now that Erod?
Oh, bro, I'm thinking
that's
you
gonna be a
talking
large
portal?
number.
20 easy, 20
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, easy.
They already got like 4 in there now, if not 5. Easy.
Well, some of those guys will stay because they probably like, well, hell, now I can get this playing time and still get that check.
Well, this is the thing. I want to say it's Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart said was promised $1 million and didn't get a dime.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. He was talking about that on Twitter.
That's what Jordan Addison was saying about USC.
Sure was.
That's why
JJ said they offered him $2 million and he got $200,000.
Damn it.
They left off a couple of zeros.
Screwed him. That's messed up.
And he didn't have that good of a year compared to his last year.
Yeah.
He heard it. He definitely heard the draft stock.
Yeah, he did. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, he hadn't been doing himself any favors since he got in the league either. Getting arrested for, driving like crazy up there in his sports car.
Still mad about not getting that $2 million.
I can only imagine.
Not even enjoy the shit for all that joyride down there, hauling ass around he does.
Yeah.
Drag racing and shit.
Steve B said Overton is in the portal Overton's in the portal, the left tackle?
Who's that?
Oh, Overton. We got a spot for
LT Overton.
Oh, LT Overton. That's the
yeah.
He played defense, right?
Yeah.
All right,
he was supposed to have been coming to OU and then he dicked us down.
Pause.
Hey man, I mean they all did us like that. Indy did us like that.
Hey man, it's the world of recruiting, man. I tell
Yeah.
you, we was telling the Georgia Nation on Respect the Hedge, man, with the portal and recruit, man. Don't be getting mad at these people when they choose somewhere else or leave the school or whatever it is. It's a lot of some of these kids are getting told by the coaches they need to leave, by the way.
And you know what? And great point, Coach I, because
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these guys, they're being brought in. I guarantee you, at Notre Dame right now, we have 11 already in the portal. But I can tell, in the wide receiver room was almost depleted because we lost Tyree and Merriweather and Braylon James and Rico Flores, a great freshman that did great for us this year. But you know what? I guarantee you, those conversations are being had by the coaches saying, look, brother, because the portal has changed that. And I guarantee you, we're going out, guys, and we're getting better players already out of the portal. And those conversations are being had. And so I think sometimes people don't understand, you know, those kids aren't leaving just because I just want to leave. That conversation is being had. You know, I don't think if things are going to work for you here, maybe you go someplace else. We'll help you in any way we can. But at the end of the day,
the quarterback from NC State is in the portal. He actually went on an interview and said that he's like, the coaches told him it'd be in his best interest to find a different. Like these coaches don't say we won't give you a scholarship, but they'll be like, you're not going. They'll basically tell him you're not going to play because we're going in a different direction. We're focusing on the younger kids, that kind of thing. And we'll help you find somewhere to go, if you know, even to that level, you know. So it's not always just, hey, I didn't get no playing time, I'm out of here. Because it's like you see fans be like, oh, he just don't know how to work or fight through it or compete. Like, bro, the dude was told it is in his best interest to leave. So
yes. And you know, and that's like I looked at our kids here that are in the portal, and you know, the wide receiver or just the receiver room was full of guys that played a lot this year, but Rico Flores was the only one that I saw that kind of stood out. The rest of them, I think you hit the nail on the head, Coach I. Those conversations are being had.
And I think that conversation was had with Chris Tyree. I mean, he's a good player, but it's like, hey man, you about to go into that super senior year, dog. We focusing on some younger guys, dog. So we love loss, but
I agree.
I want to hit the portal.
They should have gotten an offensive coordinator, though, I think.
Well, and we've already picked up the kid from Washington State, Josh Kelly, which he was pretty damn good receiver. Did a great job. And, you know, even at quarterback, I think we're going to pick up O'Reilly Leonard from Duke that I think.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
I think fits Notre Dame perfectly.
I think y'all going to get Bo Collins. He's looking at Notre Dame too from Clemson.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think sometimes as fans, we don't understand those conversations are being had. It's not all on the kid.
Time to roll about, dog.
Yep.
All right, man, it's 11 o'clock Eastern time, man. So I got to get ready to get.
Okay, it's time to roll. We've been doing this damn near 2.5 hours. We get to talking ball, and this shit just keeps on happening. We just keep on going, but it makes it hard. I got to end up having a shit ton of editing to do just to get more content. So that's all right. Though we have some fun tonight. Gonna have to find some good spots to poke at it from. Put some shorts out there. Coach, I'll tell everybody how to find you. And
y'all already know, man. Fan Addict Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever we're calling it now. IG. You know, we talk football all the time, man. You know, we do all around college football, and we have a show dedicated just to Georgia on Tuesdays, Respect the Hedges, and then on Saturdays, where everybody gets together and kind of just talk all college football, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got a lot of stuff coming up in the off season. Got bowl season coming up. Looking forward to bowl previews. I won't start my bowl previews though until after signing day. So at least the window for the portal will be closed, and I don't know a little bit about who's gonna play. There's no need to do the previews now.
Yeah. kind of tough, isn't
it? Yeah, man. Hit me up. Subscribe. Hey, shout out to the 3 people that subscribe. Mike being one of them in the comments, and the other 2 people. Baby, I got 3 and we need 5 more to get to the 2K.
Yeah. Hey, man, we appreciate you coming on whenever you do, Neilio, one of our favorites as well, even though you're a K-State guy. We love you. Our boy Neilio from KC-Mo, he is the man, always supporting us. We appreciate that. Hank, all our
Steve
boys,
B said Rocket Sanders is in the photo. I got to hit up the Razorback Zach.
That's got to happen. Oh, man, we should have. Well, you already lost your quarterback. You had to see that coming.
Oh, man, they lost both of their 2 best offensive players. Dang.
Yeah.
Tough
Kim, we appreciate you. Angster. Yeah, Steve B, you guys are the best, man. Charles, look, I say this all the time. Coach says this all the time. I'll put my audience up against anybody on YouTube. Love this audience. It's Sippin's audience. Hell, it's Coach I's audience. They love his ass too.
They be deep of those fan.
Hey, Wilkerson, Steve BCE, all you guys, we appreciate you all coming in here. Mars Jams, hey, Jeanette, the new folks, you see folks that are in here for today's show. Hope to see you guys back around. Mike, thanks a lot for coming in and subscribing. Hey, Kim, as always. Bodie, hey, man, I'm just going to get into all of them. But it's Pickles. We appreciated having you on tonight, too. But, guys, Sip and make sure you tell everybody how to find you as well. And then Coach and I will get us on out of here.
Yeah, I'm right here on YouTube, man, at Sipping Sooner. And easy to find. I mean, maybe. I remember not too long ago, I tried to look this shit up, couldn't find it. I was like, damn, do I exist? But
the Sipping Sooner. The Sipping
yeah,
Sooner.
You got it, man. But other than that, man, that's it. That's the only thing I'm really on. That's the only thing I plan on being on. I'm too old, man, to be flipping back and forth, man, right now.
Me and you, brother.
I'm about to upgrade all my shit, so we'll see what it do.
Right on.
Yeah, Sipping Sooner. Well, you only about 30, right?
Hey, Coach, do you have the stream on somewhere?
I don't.
No, Coach Roybal. Do you have it on somewhere there? I'm getting some reverb.
No.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, we're finished, so we're good. Guys, we appreciate it, fellas. Make sure that you hit the like button everywhere. Become a member of the Hall of Fame Mafia. Go get $100 off of the Badass Smoker from Louisiana Grill. And Dan, make sure you jump on to our boy Devil Dogs. Listen, the best thing about this the coffee is fabulous, fantastic, 100%. You even got, we got some mugs that say it's 6 a.m. and Texas still sucks. 10%. We get a small commission. The best thing about this is 5% of everything goes to the Wounded Warrior program. That's very important as far as I'm concerned on that deal. And then you obviously got your first order 10% off if you use promo code BOOM. So make sure you jump on there and do that. We're about to have the hookup on one of these ticket deals as well. Hey, you guys let us know what you need help with. We'll try to get the deals with them, with some of these sponsors. Man. That's how it kind of works. So what do you guys do? What do you like? We'll make sure to jump on there and do it. But Coach,
hey, Nick V needs to slow down on his drinking.
Who does? Okay. Hey, who is this guy? I know Texas will look like they belong in the yeah, okay. Yeah. And yeah, right. Horns down. Sipping, we're gonna throw them horns
Shout
down.
out to my guy, Stat Guy, for our new welcome to the SEC low saying for Texas. Go Dogs.
That
Cook 'em.
Cook them. I like cook them and horns down. All right, fellas, we appreciate it. We will see you guys on the next one. All right.
All right, man. Y'all be
Later,
safe.
guys.